Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. Now, I'm not important. I'm just a question asker. My name is Raheem Aljamain. Like I said, I'm just a question asker. But I got some fellas here that's very important. These brothers here, these are my brothers from another mother, but we got the same father. This is Captain Leonard. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem and the Morning Glow family.
Good deal, good deal. Badger. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Hope everyone has a beautiful and blessed day today.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I got that's the elephant, y'all. That's the elephant right there. If y'all don't know what an elephant sound, that's what an elephant sound like. And we got to deal with the elephant in the room. Leonard, they approached your president last night, and they searched his house. I've heard a lot of different things going back and forth. A lot of people are talking about, how could you do that? And it's never happened to an ex president where they go into his house and have the FBI come and search his house, search his house and take some things out of his house. They're talking. I hear a lot of people saying that it's wrong, it's so wrong, it's so wrong. You can't do this, you can't do that. Don't do that to him. But nobody's talking about the stuff that they took out of his house that he took illegally, secret notes or what have you illegally from the White House that wasn't supposed to leave the White House. Leonard, why is that not a topic of discussion?
That is a huge topic of discussion.
But why
If you
I'm saying
are in those circles,
yeah. Yep, exactly. Why in the world the people that quote unquote the Trumpers, if you will, don't want to talk about that part of the conversation. They don't want to talk
no,
about that.
no, why would they?
Mm-hmm.
Why would they? They shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be. They should be ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
just should be. And it's good to see that the Department of Justice, as we discussed, a couple weeks before,
Yes.
moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, it's a process. Everybody thinks that things should be done, of course, how they feel they should be done.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a process.
Mm-hmm.
And you just don't jump and skip over things just because you want to satisfy your own lust for something else.
Mm-hmm.
So let this process work. The Department of Justice seems to be making it very clear. They are seeking information to indict.
Yeah. Yeah. With him taking those papers out of the White House like that, classified papers, is that enough to indict?
Yes, for one cause, but
Mm-hmm.
he's guilty of so many others.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to collect all the information, just like we see what the January 6th committee is about.
Yeah.
It's about making the people aware of what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Department of Justice's role is to take that information, along with information from the FBI as well, and to bring forth evidence to indict this president. This
Mm-hmm.
president needs to be indicted for criminal acts against this nation.
Wow. Wow.
And
Wow.
anybody that thinks otherwise, I wasn't going to be nasty. Anybody that thinks otherwise
Yeah.
can go down the same drain with
Mm.
him.
Wow. Wow. Badger, what do you say about that, man? The Trump supporters, they're talking. They're saying that you don't do this. It's never happened to a ex president. It's never happened. You don't do that to a president. But what he did, they don't want to shine the light on what he did.
Didn't it happen there in Reagan's time?
No, I can't. Leonard may know more about that. I'm not sure. I can't say yes or no. Leonard did it.
Reagan wasn't never really under investigation this way.
Oh yeah. I don't think any president was ever this stupid.
Right. That's why it needs to be done now because the situation makes it necessary. That's
Mm-hmm.
why it should be done
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of law and order and justice and all this stuff written down in black and white. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the process.
Mm-hmm.
Even in civil rights, one of the things that we do to go after people that are being accused of some behavior that may be discriminatory, you look at
Mm-hmm.
their own process and see if they followed their own process. And if there's a
Mm-hmm.
process that has not been followed, why hasn't it been followed?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Leonard, read.
Which,
Hold on
sorry,
one second, Badger. Leonard, read it from the side, of course. It's gonna cut off if you read it on the
Good
screen.
morning, beautiful people. I am so glad that this generation is ready to safeguard this republic. The generation of the 1860s had a civil war to keep this union together. We must be no less committed to protecting this republic. No one is above the law, not even Trump and his handlers. In the military, we say the crap roll downhill.
Mm-hmm. Are you on board with that, Leonard? And Badger, I definitely want to hear
Yes,
what you have.
most definitely, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely a believer and
Mm-hmm.
in the republic surviving, despite the other men that have to die.
Wow. Wow. Casualties of war, basically.
If that's where it has to go, yes.
Okay. Badger, finish your thought, brother. We kind of skipped over a little bit. Go ahead. What's on your heart?
I agree with what Leonard was saying, to be honest. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I followed a lot of this stuff, and it's insane to think that you can still, um, it's wild to see how confused people are,
Mm-hmm.
especially the ones that think he actually helped the country.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he honestly didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But Biden really hasn't a lot in some ways either. So it's, but the point of the matter is to do, to promote something that's that up there is really borderline. No, it's not. It, it's it's an attack on what a lot of people are trying to work for, which is trying to let people have equal rights to some degree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No,
Wow.
people shouldn't be using guns inside schools and things like that and doing all these mass shootings and whatnot. But a lot
Mm-hmm.
of these mass shootings didn't happen until after Trump got in office and started telling people to act a fool.
But I don't know. I don't know that because there was a few. There's some that happened even before Trump got into office, and so I can understand what you're saying. It maybe blew up a little more, but there was some that happened. Just being fair to him, there are some that happened before he came into office. But I certainly see what you're saying, man. And my thing is this right here. There's so much going on in this day and time, man. There's so much going on. We have to be real mindful. But my concern in this topic is that there are so many people. There are so many people that Trump can't do no wrong, regardless of what it is. Trump can't do any wrong. They know they
Yeah,
and,
those
and
are the
they
people
try
that don't know how to read.
to they try to defend this man. He's gone in taking papers, Secret Service papers from the White House, storing them in his house. That's the breach of security right there. But they're saying that only thing they see is, well, you can't do that. You can't go in this man's house. He's an ex president. Blah 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 blah. What about what he did?
This
Rico, go ahead.
president took that information and would have no problem selling that information to our adversaries.
Absolutely, absolutely, none at
Hey, good
all,
luck.
none at all. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? We're talking about the Trump situation, man, and how they raided his house. The FBI raided his house, and you got so many people, Trump supporters, that are saying that you can't do this to a ex president of the United States of America. But they're not seeing what he did when taking these papers, these Secret Service papers, to his house. That's a breach of security right there, man. Why can't they see the reality of what's really going on and just say that they just so stuck on Trump can't do no wrong? Why is that, Rico?
Man,
And good morning
you
to you.
cannot. Yeah, man. Welcome to a beautiful new day, man. I'm
Yes, sir.
thankful.
Yes, sir. Likewise.
Um, you really cannot dispute with fans about their idols that they worship.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Mm.
finding out more and more lately, people that have a platform, people that are in positions of power, positions of favor. If you have fans and people that idolize you, those people will give you unconditional loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
like the Beehive,
Yeah, yeah.
like Jay-Z fans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Donald Trump has his people that are unconditionally loyal to him. But you know, it was used to be a lot of black rappers that was the same way.
Yeah, yeah.
You couldn't talk about him, and you couldn't even talk about Scarface, a fictional character.
Mm-hmm.
But we in a situation, man. We in a condition. We are people, man. To me, when you get in a situation like that where you just are unconditionally loyal to somebody, somebody gonna cast a spell on you,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even realize. So
Mm.
it's like really and truly, this might turn the page a little bit. But you know, people that understand how to cast spells, they use that magic to
Mm-hmm.
continue doing what they're doing and manipulating people,
Mm-hmm.
programming people, getting them to follow along. I mean, everybody that went up under Hitler, you know, they were evil, but that was to me a sort of a spell was cast on them every time he spoke, and he
Mm-hmm.
riled them up. And he made the next move, and he said the next thing, and they went and they made that next move behind what he said.
Mm-hmm.
He had them captivated. And so I think that's what's going on with Trump, man, and his followers. You know, um, once people, I mean, man, another behavioral issue with human beings, man. Once people start finding things or others that they really just crave or love, they can't get enough of. They don't want you to take that away from them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people that are addicted to Trump. Not only are they addicted to him, but they're his biggest fans. And they were his biggest fans before The Apprentice. You know, I was thinking about this earlier. Um, I believe the media made him
Yeah, yeah.
because the more they gave him attention when he first started running, like it was entertainment, like it was The Apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same science. The same science that they use with everything. And that TV and that media thing, man, when I tell you that they can put a person in front of you and make you think that they are valuable. And
Mm-hmm.
before long, you'll start following them and want to know everything about them, who they married to, who they sleeping with, how many times they got a divorce. You'll want to know their life story. And they
Mm-hmm.
still living,
Mm-hmm.
just like you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of people can tell you Trump's story. They're interested in him. They're intrigued by Trump. And the media helped keep casting that spell when he first ran because they were intrigued that he had the audacity to do it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that fed everybody's wildest imaginations. You know, more people just picked up on it. All of the things that we've been fed about him, even if they were negative, he was still a figure, an
Mm-hmm.
influencer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the reason why they won't, you know, they're in denial, man. They just, you know, they don't realize they got a spell cast on them, but who does?
Mm-hmm. And Lord said, they believe in their great white hope for their America. For their America. And see, I love the way he said for their America. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Joseph, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, family. Good to hear y'all this morning, and y'all sounding good, man. Right on point.
Yes, sir.
Rico was right on point as well. It came out that Trump said to some of his handlers that they need to be more loyal, like Hitler's generals were.
Wow.
And
so he's painting a picture.
I would hope that. I'm sorry.
So he's trying to paint a picture.
Yeah, and I kind of sensed this, and anybody could sense his attitude was similar to this, you know, watching some of the things that he was trying to accomplish. And it was obvious also that he had quite a few powerful people around him pulling the strings and getting things done,
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't really have the intellect. You know, you got to admit, Ronald Reagan did have a degree of intellect and finesse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was doing basically the same thing Trump was doing. He was appealing to that angry white male base,
Yeah.
you know, that white nationalist element, but he did it in such a way that he appeared to be for all Americans.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, in his language, his rhetoric, but in his policies, he was doing the very opposite. And, you know, that really hurts this country, because this country is founded on platitudes like e pluribus unum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, out of many came one.
Yes.
And we can't be that if one group want to dominate, whether black, white, or whoever. We can't have an America for all the people. We got people here from all over the world that came here and that have worked and labored to build America, and then to have someone to come in trying to build a white utopia, it goes against the grain of what the nation stands for. So I'm so glad that finally the Justice Department is doing what they're supposed to be doing. We can't let anyone. We didn't let Nixon get away with it. And even Trump speechwriters tried to use that when he came out to protest the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago. He was trying to say no other president, and he mentioned Nixon. I'm like, that's not a good example for you to mention, because exactly. They went after Nixon. And even the Republicans went after Nixon, and they should have gone after Nixon. And the Republicans should go after Trump, along with the Democrats. No one is supposed to be above the law. And if someone is above the law, this republic is in deep trouble. I just wanted to say that.
Absolutely. Leonard, talk to me, and I think he's absolutely true, man. If it stays the way it is, if they stay in the pocket and trying to defend this man in all the wrongs that he did, and he made a point. Trump made a point when he was running for office. He said it plain and simple. I could go down. I could go in New York City on Times Square, middle of the daytime, shoot somebody, and wouldn't lose a vote. Now, how cocky is that, Leonard?
Hey, the man is confident in himself. And he's shown you other people that are willing to help him accomplish certain things. Personally, if they can all drop dead. They should die and go to hell, as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
What's the number one?
I'm just not the type of individual to really try to seek some common ground with wicked white racists. But we don't have any common ground.
Wow.
There's maybe I could kind of think about how I could. No. There's no need to switch the subject or anything when we're talking about this matter. It is what it is. There's the evidence. This is what it's about. This is what needs to be done.
Wow. I'm gonna play this clip. While I do that, Badger, what's on your heart, brother? While I get this clip prepared to play.
And just, I don't even know why I brought up the Reagan stuff. It's just the amount of stupidity I have seen and have heard from people that are Trump supporters are baffling. Just makes me think how much the school system doesn't work.
Okay.
Especially an educated person wouldn't support them. And if they are, how much are they getting paid? Just is my honest opinion. It's not hard to understand anything he ever tried to push. If you do the money behind it, it helps corporations. It don't help us. And he's a businessman. So he's going to hide things. He's going to take things. He's going to manipulate people. I mean, if you tell an employee that's been, threatening to quit or whatever, and tell them you're going to give them a raise, they'll stick around and still behave for a while. And that's all I see Trump as. Period.
Wow. This is Leonard, read this here for me, man. This is Lord over at YouTube. He's watching us on YouTube.
He is such a hypocrite. What happened when he was talking about Hillary Clinton with her email scandal?
Is this basically the same thing?
I can't really comment on that. He's trying to make it the same thing. But but it's not at that level of scrutiny. He's under investigation, and he's been raided.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna play this clip, man. I'm gonna play this clip. Then Rico, I'm gonna come back to you for the first comments on this clip. I see we got Toya with a T. She just came in with us as well. Good morning, Toya with a T. We're gonna play this clip and we're gonna come right back to you, sis. So y'all listen at this clip right here and tell me what y'all think about what this is talking about. Let me open it up. Okay, give it the whole screen. All right, here we go.
Former President Trump was not there when federal agents moved in.
We're told their interest lies in boxes of documents he brought back after leaving the White House. Local 10's Christian De La Rosa is live in Palm Beach with what he's learned. Christian.
Well, I can tell you the former president was not in Mar-a-Lago at the time of this raid around 10 o'clock this morning. We've also learned that the search is connected to some 15 boxes of documents believed to have been brought here to Mar-a-Lago by Trump.
I can't hear it.
The documents
Y'all
in
can't
those
hear it?
boxes believed to be classified
I heard one thing,
information.
man.
I can tell you.
Oh, okay,
just
hold
I
on.
can't.
Okay, hold on. It maybe something going on with the feed. Let me try this thing again. Let me see here. Man, I really wanted to play this clip too. Let me see. But what it's talking about is the situation. There's a lot of supporters that's out there supporting Trump and what he's saying and his whole ideology on this thing. Let me see here. I'm had to come back to it, but let me go while I get that set up. Let me go to Toy. I know I said I was gonna go to Rico. Then I'm gonna go to Toya. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Well, I mean, once again, man, Leonard said something. Keep all those supporters, man, those people that are infatuated with him, that will do Hitler type of things for him. We have nothing in common.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord said it, man. You know what I'm saying? He's very hypocritical, but guess what? We are hypocritical.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, it goes to show you just how out of order and out of place we are. Because even though we have nothing in common with them, we might have another conversation as if the country divided, and we'll come right back and say, no, we're not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's that.
Mm-hmm.
And we on polar ends from his supporters because they are fanatics. They are so fanatical. You catch them on camera showing you how fanatical they are.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not just fanatical for him. They're just fanatics, period.
Yeah.
Some of them are using him as an excuse to go out to I'm going to say, motivate or give momentum to the other agendas.
That's right.
And everybody's working in unison. But, really, I like what Joseph said, man, because I'm thinking about the fact that we know there were people behind him pulling the string because there was no way possible
Mm-hmm.
he should have accomplished getting into that White House. Just like with Richard Nixon. We know about Henry Kissinger and all these other people in these think tanks, these people behind the strings that make a president.
Mm-hmm.
I heard when they was running,
Home of former.
I think it was not this past election, but the one before that with Bernie Sanders. Yeah, with Bernie Sanders. That's who I was going for, Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody loved what Bernie Sanders said, but you know what they kept saying? The only knock against him was
He
didn't look L-O-O-K with your eyes. He did not look presidential.
Wow.
He just didn't look right. He didn't look presidential, even though he had everything the right to say. You know what I'm saying? He was the one, you could tell he was a bipartisan type of person. Man, Bernie Sanders is that guy. He should have been president. He should be on his second term. They said he didn't look presidential.
Mm.
But then they came back like hypocrites and put that man up in there, and he went to imitate disabled people. He went to talk about grabbing women and kissing them when he want to. Man, he just did everything he made Bush look tame when it comes to being an embarrassment.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to talk about these people behind the scenes that pull the strings, that teach and coach and manipulate the media, these psychoanalysts that come back and say this person in this county and this city and the ratings say. I mean, I really think part of his cabinet was the people from The Apprentice. It seems so
Wow. Hey,
I
you
believe they
never
were
know.
some of his advisors.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why Dick Cheney and Kissinger and all these other people that still got all this power and influence and advice, you realize he still is the outsider. It was just these traders that jumped on his bandwagon and started accepting him once they realized he had the momentum of the zombies, of the
Wow.
fanatics. He had a fan base that came all the way from WWE.
Yep. I was
And
gonna
they
say something about
noticed
that.
this. He had a fan base that came all the way back from CBS Apprentice. And they noticed this. They noticed his popularity. And said, well, let's see what we could do with him. I guarantee you, by the way these statistics line up and these numbers line up, I think this guy could win. All we got to do is put our magic behind him. Use his media, use his machine, and just make it pick up momentum. And he started saying everything they told him to say that was going to make it sound like he was intelligent enough to do it. Along the way, will entertain and charm the people like a magician.
Exactly.
No, I said evil sorcerer.
It was exactly.
But the people behind the scenes are the ones you need to know about, though.
And there's a lot of them. There really is. Can y'all hear this? Y'all let me know whether y'all hear that.
Believed to have been brought here to Mar-a-Lago.
Can y'all hear that?
I hear it, Raheem.
Anybody else hear it?
Documents in those boxes believed
Can y'all hear
to
it? Can y'all hear it on the phone?
Information. I can tell you.
Okay, it must be something with the clip itself. Let me go to Toya with a T. Toya with a T. What's on your heart, sis?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What's the topic, or am I just piggybacking off of what Rico just said?
Well, we're talking about the situation that happened with Trump, where his home in Florida was raided by the FBI, and they found all the secret documents, the classified documents in his home. And a lot of his supporters are harping on the fact that you can't do this to an ex-president. You can't do this. He's an ex-president of the United States of America. You can't do this. But they're not seeing the fact that what he did and the wrong that he did in taking those papers, that's illegal. You can't do that. That's a breach on security to take those Secret Service papers to your house.
Stop. We're not supposed to be killing people either. And we just not supposed to be killing them because we black. Why we keep doing this? White savagery. That's what they do. We keep saying the same song that those laws wasn't for us. You know why? Because the FBI had who killed? The CIA had who killed? The FBI, the CIA all work for who government? And they go where and do what? Oh, and they always truthful? Come on with the jokes. You can't be a savage and tell the truth all the time. Stop. That's a saint. That's a saint to tell the truth all the time. This is what white folks do. I was watching this show the other day. With Kevin Gerard, whatever the Gerard dude is, he playing White House Down and all that stuff there in the White House movies. The president told the white guy who was saving them, said, hey, before you let one of them get me, you take me out yourself. That took me back to a clip that I saw on the Jeffersons where George Jefferson was the only one that knew CPR, and the man was laying on the bed getting ready to die from a heart attack, and he said, you better not put your lips on me. I'd rather die than have a nigga roll touch me.
Wow.
So this white savage mentality, did we go over the Jim Crow laws? No, we didn't. They get to do different stuff, and other white people respect it. Other white men respect it. That don't impress me, the FBI. The FBI know what be going on around here. They don't never infiltrate and never intrude, and they say it's for the people. Who created the FBI? White savages. So stop. Stop making it seem like these FBI, CIAs that been here all these years know all these lies and then even infiltrated some of these things themselves. It's going to do something. Stop acting like white savagery just went away and they just say, oh, yeah, from now on, we're not killing anybody anymore. We're not going to do anything wrong. We're going to tell the truth. Oh, no. Stop. No. Donald Trump is a white male. And white males have a code where they can do what they want to do. They can get them papers. They can do all that. They know what these people have done. They knew that. They know who killed Emmett Till, all that. Martin Luther King, all that. So we got to stop. We got to be honest. We got to be realistic. The second thing.
So you think this is a puff of smoke?
Do I think it's who?
Like a puff of smoke.
I mean, they going through the motions because that's what you're supposed to do when you file grievances.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to go through the motions. That's what you're supposed to do, and it'll go away, and or he'll disappear, or he'll die. He only like 117. But this is my next thing, though, right? I cannot give Trump that much power. No, these grown white savages, and if it was some black ones too, whatever, went out there upon their own self talking about it was Trump and committed crimes. Stop
Mm-hmm.
saying something about Trump. These are grown people. Trump ain't got nothing to do with my grown behind getting up, going to do whatever I do that is illegal, whether it's against the government, whether it's against the officer, whether against the CEO or a CO. No, we are too old to be talking about what some one grown man said or did. I did not hear him tell him, get your pitchforks, get your rocks, we're going to go down there and destroy this place. So if he played word game and we were weak enough, and these people know that, you're right. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to make it entertaining. They're supposed to make it popular. That's their job. That's what they do to make the president get there. But
Mm-hmm.
when we to the point now to where we
30 seconds to you.
zombies, to where all we got to do is hear a rap song and go kill somebody, all we got to do is hear somebody make a comment and go kill somebody, it's not the person. It's you. Mental health, it needs to be checked out immediately.
Good deal. Good deal. Let me see. I'm gonna try this clip one more time because I really want to play it. I had to redo my system. Y'all let me know
Just
if y'all
about
can
a
hear.
block away from
Can y'all
Mar-a-Lago
hear it
here.
on the phone?
This has become what looks like a political rally
Can y'all hear
here.
it?
Most
Toy,
of
you
the
can hear
people
it?
here are Trump supporters, but not everybody.
Not at all, man. Not at all.
Okay.
I mean, it's really, really low. Like, I don't know if you need to put like the mic closer to whatever the piece is that's putting out the sound,
Well, it's actually
but
playing.
it's really low.
It's actually playing through the system itself. So I don't know. You know, all the other. You know, it might be something wrong with that clip because all the other ones play very good. Let me go to Cassandra. Cassandra, good morning. How you doing this morning? Cassandra.
Good morning. Good morning.
Cassandra, we talking about your favorite person, Donald Trump. Now you know what
Yeah.
happened. You know what happened. He took them papers, them Secret Service papers. You know he took them to his house in Florida. You know they raided. Why do you have so many people saying that you can't do this to an ex-president? Why can't they see what he's done?
No, it's not. Well, you can say so many people. It's his minions, and
Yeah.
I don't even count them because when you have been, this man is like a Jim Jones. His propaganda is that of a demon, and that's why people are so attracted. Only someone with a demonic spirit can attract that many people with a lie, and have those people willing to do anything for that lie. That's demonic.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, especially when it's something evil, and the stuff that they were doing was evil. My thing about the whole thing that happened last night was, how can you say anything in his defense when the papers were found on his property in his possession?
Mm-hmm.
And they were looking for the papers, and they assumed that he had taken the papers, but they couldn't find the papers. So now they go there and they find the papers, and he's talking about it's a travesty. They just don't want him to run in 2024. I hope nobody wanted him to run except for his minions in 2024. No one with any common sense, because there's no way that you would want someone that caused that much and did those. The man ignored COVID, which caused hundreds of thousands of innocent lives to be lost early on. The man tried to start wars, tried to call in the man from China or whatever he is, little Pee Wee or whatever he called the man. This man is sick.
Mm-hmm.
He's sick.
Wow.
And he needs to be kept out of politics forever. Forever, and ever.
Curtis, good morning, Curtis. How you doing this morning? Curtis, you there?
Morning, family.
Good morning, sir. What's on your heart, man? You've been on the phone for a minute, listening to what we're talking about, man. What's on your heart about this whole situation that happened yesterday, and why is these Trumpers, if you will, so opposed to what they're doing and what's happening at this point? Why can't they see it?
Well, I'll take the latter part of the question first. They can't see it because they don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they definitely did it, but they don't want shit.
Mm-hmm.
The other party, man, man, what is this country coming to, man? You know, I mean, country is being faced to pay for and look at all the lies that is untold. You know, that dude is a walking, breathing lie. That's all. He's just another. His whole existence is a lie. His wealth is a lie. Everything about him is a fairy tale. Fear.
Mm-hmm.
The sad thing is he get off on he really. I mean, he's a narcissist, man. He's an extreme narcissist. I don't know what to say, man.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is the 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 sentence for treason is supposed to be death.
Mm-hmm.
For life in prison, I don't even want to discuss it no more. Forget it. Able to run again. He should either get death or life in prison, man. He's a treasonous, bro.
Mm.
He did a treason, man. They tried to have a coup. That means overthrow the elected, institutionalized government.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow.
Hey, Raheem,
Yes, sir.
if Curtis finished, I want to jump in real fast, man, because I want to come behind with something that Cassandra said, man.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, hold on, Curtis. Curtis, are you finished, brother? Go ahead, Rico.
You know, she was saying that about how demonic his minions are, and they are. They're very demonic and deviant at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another time when I say that really and truly we need to get back to the root of trying to wake up and get out of this spell they have cast on us. Because, you know, I was thinking about the fact that there were a lot of people that wanted him to be president and were happy and want him back because they saw more money.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about what they were willing to sacrifice just because they made more money under Trump.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now currently, even though we are a society distracted by gestureship, you have some melanated people and people of color with no shame or integrity about themselves posting and saying, man, this gas high. Where's Trump when you need him?
Mm.
Man, I sure wish Trump was in office. At least we was getting stimulus checks.
Wow. Wow.
It ain't just the minions. It's the addicts.
Mm-hmm.
It's the addicted human beings
Mm-hmm.
that would do anything and sacrifice or do anything strange for a little piece of change. Because that wasn't a whole lot of money for somebody to say, we need Trump back.
No, not at all.
And if you believe that it got something to do with Trump about this gas and this inflation, that's a whole nother bogus story. I was listening to that before they even started talking about Trump this morning
Mm-hmm.
on that magic spell box. So it's really a self-analysis thing that society has to do. We have to do some evaluation of ourselves and see what it is we're really embracing, what we're condoning, and who we're against.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because this man, I'm telling you, it ain't just the fact that they're evil. It's the fact that some people are so addicted to money and being consumers that they'll take whoever in office as long as they get a benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll accept all of that debauchery,
Mm-hmm.
all of that mess that he pulled. They'll forget the fact that this is a man that essentially did what Hitler and what they claim Osama bin Laden did.
Yeah.
He motivated people just from the words of his mouth to try to overthrow the United States government.
Wow. Wow.
And that's what we need to really be talking about. What's going to happen is they're going to keep coming up with all this damning evidence that proves that he should be treated like they said you should treat a treasonous.
Yeah.
And he's going to get off, and American society is going to go into a deep depression and into a psychological spin, a mental spin, because this man got away with this when Osama bin Laden and Hitler or Slava Milosevic did it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Saddam Hussein didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Muammar Gaddafi didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And this man fixing to get away with it on his own country, and we the ones can handle that justice. And if he gets away with it, American society is going to spin out of control because they keep feeding us with everything that proves that he should
30
get
seconds.
that business.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And let me go to Ibrahim. Ibrahim, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, brothers and sisters. And good morning, you thinkers.
Good morning to you too, sir. Good morning to you. We talking about this situation that happened with Trump. And let me ask you this question. I'm gonna switch it up while staying the same with you, Ibrahim. If we know all this and we know all this stuff and it has a potential to happen, and there's a possibility that him being who he is, he'll get off. And like all the list of people that Rico just stated that did not get off, but he has a potential, a possibility of getting off. If we know this, I'm asking a real simple question, Ibrahim, and I want you to tell me from your heart. Why are we still here? Why are we still here? If we know this stuff is going on, if we know this is what's going to happen, why are we still here?
Well, I was, I hate to bring up the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was, I think Cassandra, Rico, and just about everybody came on touch bases on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's use of control of media. And I sent you that article last night about Trump, and also I just sent you 2 articles about the makings of a dictator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is well tried and well proven. And one thing that I talked about that I get people to understand, because they had their emotions and their feelings attached to certain people, was how people are made in this country.
Mm-hmm.
It's personality, and it was brought up about that Bernie Sanders didn't look like a presidential.
Mm-hmm.
Most presidentials are tall, right? That's you have to be tall or above average size to be president. They have to have a certain look, a certain way. They had to look presidential, that authoritarian look. They had to look confident, right? Jimmy Carter was one of those that they campaigned because he didn't look like that.
Mm-hmm.
He has to look like a father figure. He has to have some type of an appeal of a husband-like appeal to the women. He has to look like a man's man, confident, somebody, a leader. They keep using those certain words, that he is a leader. He leads this and he did that and he did this, right? And they overshadow other things by, I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie that Tail That Wags the Dog. That's a good movie to watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Tail That Wags the Dog. And all these things put together form a visual thought of a president. Now, it's been done through media. It's been done through people that have experienced about how to present an image. It's called marketing 101, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's social psychology, right? These are scientific methods, ways you can put a person off. And you can put Donald Duck in office.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Donald Duck Trump. You know what I mean? You can put anybody in office if they fit certain categories and you build them up and you implement this. Try to see. Now we have running in office an ex-football player, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he just lies so easily, and everything can be proven he's a liar. I mean, just stupid lies.
Mm-hmm.
But the way he talks, the way he presents himself, and the way he talks about unity, and it's almost alluring to say, this is a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
What harm could he possibly do? Even though he lies, you know what I mean? And so, and I have seen this in my lifetime, that we have been put to believe or to look at these people or choosing people to be, not we don't do it, but media does this and put it in front of us. So that's the only person we see. So we're going to choose them as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to even say, this is our leader. This is what we believe in. This is what black people do. This is what they do. And those who were there, either you go along with the program and be accepted and be a part of the history, or you deny the program. You deny the program and point out certain truths that were evident where anybody could have been like this.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody could be put in this
20
position.
seconds. Mm-hmm.
But then you break the myth.
Yeah.
You break you break all this, right? Now we're talking about Donald Trump, but last week, I was invested pointing out about Martin Luther King, not against him, but pointing that anybody could have been Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
I was pointing out that anybody could have been a Malcolm X, right? Even though what they went through, their experiences, other people had similar experiences, and if not by the grace of media, they could have been exorbitant and put out into this arena.
Okay.
There were
Hold right there,
reasons
brother. Yeah,
people
yeah,
put
yeah.
out the ring. So
Hold on, Ibrahim, hold on. Stay right there, brother. I got to pull some more people. You're actually well over your 3 minutes, but I wanted to let you finish your thought. Let me go to Captain. Captain, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning to everyone. I'm
Hey.
doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Captain, we talked about the situation that happened yesterday with Trump and how FBI went and raided his house in Florida, found a lot of Secret Service papers in his home that was not supposed to be outside of the White House. But you got a lot of Trump supporters that are arguing the fact. They're arguing the fact. They're saying that you can't do that to it. He's an ex-president. You know, you shouldn't do that, and it has never happened in history. Blah blah blah. They don't see what he did and the wrong that he did in the breach that he did in bringing those Secret Service papers to his house. Why can't they see it? And if we think that he's really going to get off like is a possibility that he might. Why are we still here?
Well, you know, I listen to the brilliance of the political commentators of Rico and the political commentator of Ibrahim, some of the brilliant political commentators on this line. Again, you know, I don't like to dibble and dab into the political arena, but I will say this. I always look at what God has to do with this. He was not meant to be president. He thought he wasn't going to be president. Shocked the whole world because God deemed him to be president. And why? Why? It's because we have been lured to sleep of the real covert racism, this hatred of Americans who dislike the very shadow of darker people. And we didn't know they existed till Donald got into office, and now we've seen it. I don't think Donald's going to get away with this, in my personal opinion, because they are no longer in charge. God is. And I think he has become too much of a political baggage for even the most conservative. I think they're saying, you know what, he's got to take one for the team. They're going to throw Donald to the bus. I think when they made that move, they was very, very clear that he's going to jail. Now, some may think he's going to get off. I don't believe it. I believe history has to be proven by scripture. Nebuchadnezzar was walking around praising himself. At the same time, there was a handwriting on the wall.
Okay.
So like all political, you know, but I do believe he's going to go to jail. And what's going to happen when they lock him up is going to create something to this day that maybe God has a plan of what's going to be the fallout of locking this guy up. But hey, man, I just think it's going to get him. You know, he's political baggage. He's too much for this government now. They got to say they separate themselves from Donald. Give him up. And they're giving him up. Donald's going to jail. This is my personal opinion. I could be wrong. But I believe he has proven to us everything is now unexpected. And everything today is what we thought we would never see in our lifetime. But we are now witnessing it in our lifetime because that time is up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man,
Amen.
That sister said, amen. Let me go to Joseph. Joseph, what's on your heart, brother? Joseph, you there? Joseph, are you there? Okay. We'll come back to Joseph. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
I mean, you know, just listening, you know, I said to myself, I was trying to come up with a good example of these type of people. Raheem, today is Monday.
Wow.
Is it?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
What's today?
Tuesday.
No, it's not. It's Monday.
It's Tuesday.
It can't be Tuesday.
But it is.
No, it's Monday.
It's Tuesday.
See how foolish we sound? One of us
Yeah.
lying. One of us lying.
Mm-hmm.
Some people gonna go with the liar.
That is
Some people
hilarious.
gonna go with the person telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple as that. And that's how it is going to be. And that's the way it should be, so people know what side you're on.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be no confusion about what side you're on.
Wow.
You
That's
know, I
good.
believe the same thing is going to come up at judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be some mercy for some and no mercy for others.
Mm-hmm.
Simple because, one, if I've given to you the facts and showed you the facts and here's the evidence, why won't you believe it? Because you are wicked.
Wow.
I don't, like I say, these people ain't just got dumb because this man ran for office. These racists been like this.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing stuff like this. He's just doing it better than them. That's all.
Wow.
He became president.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you could talk about who's supporting him, they ain't ignorant. They willfully wicked demons about their business. That's who they are. You can quit trying to steal your family member. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, whoever they is. That's who they are. I've heard people make excuses for their relatives. Well, you know, they wasn't like this before Trump. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. They was just they didn't have an opportunity to express themselves the way they wanted to. And then when that opportunity came along, they took it.
And ran with it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. Toya, what did he talk to me, sis?
No, man, listen. We all felt the same way about Trump, but just like who was that? Captain Dennis said, I promise you the Lord told me that. I promise you the Lord told me that was him. And the Lord was, and as a matter of fact, if I can do it for him, what you think I can do for you? And I became more sold and sold when I saw that before my very eyes. I saw that before my very eyes with Trump. Not supposed to win and won. What? But I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I know it was God appointed. And it inspired something in me. It was like, yo, if he can do it, oh man, let me go back to school. Because I know I can do me something.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Everything happened for a reason. And when he said the story of Nebuchadnezzar, I get it. You know, my father used to always tell me, when you want to know the answer to something, don't look at the man, look to the Bible. And I've been hearing this Nebuchadnezzar story, and it just hit me just now. We need to be reminded. Everything that goes on, strange as it may look, it is a God-appointed thing. But what does that mean for you? What does that mean for you? Listen to what we're saying in our mouths, how we saw that this man was not supposed to get it. He didn't even think he got it, but God still did it for him. So what does that mean for those of us that serve him mightily? What? Y'all better take it and run with it, man, because that shows you right there that the season is shifting. Things that wasn't are about to come. Them head and them tails that they be talking about. This is the point where we're about to flip, and we have to pay attention. Yes, he did expose everything. Trump getting elected exposed everything in a way, again, you couldn't help but break up out of that spell. It was too in your face. So now what are we going to do with it? We know they feel like that. We know half the country or half of the white people or some blacks that we've been befriending all these years. This is how they really feel. And what are we doing? We're still not doing nothing. We are still pouring money into their corporations. That's killing us. We're still not united together to make sure we have adequate housing, or you know what I'm saying? So
But
it's like now, what are we going to do? Because we know the truth.
Toya, and that's why I asked the question earlier, why are we still here? Starting your time back up. Toya?
I don't think that's a question we can answer because we're not doing the work. I heard somebody made a comment yesterday about, I forget what it was. It was about healthy eating, right? And it was like, well, why don't you just get fresh turmeric? Why are you buying like a pill? You know what he said? Because I'm too lazy. But I said to him, now, if a white person said that black people lazy, you're going to be irate. But you just said out your own mouth, if you're too lazy, and that's what it is. Again, these dawning on us. We don't want to do the work. We want to use something else as an excuse. And this has nothing to do with color. Black people are not the only ones that do this. But we're still here because we're not doing the work and we're still sitting back looking for somebody else to get it done.
Absolutely. Go to Cassandra, and then Mr. Hicks is here. We're gonna go to Mr. Hicks next. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Yeah, I'm just, I do feel like a lot of people were bamboozled by this man, and I just want to see the truth, a lot of the truth come out, and I mean that. I don't care how it goes, which way it goes. I personally don't believe he's going to get any time. I hope the Cap is right. I pray that he's right, because this man needs to do some time, because he felt like the entire time he was above the law. Anytime you have a human being, not even a person in political office, a human being say that they could walk in the middle of the street, shoot somebody, and y'all will still love me, it's something mentally wrong with that person.
Yeah,
We should have, I knew from the beginning. My spirit told me what this man was about. I ain't had to ask nobody. I knew what he was about. And it saddens me, but I believe that they're going to be too afraid to actually send this man to jail. Please let me be wrong. They're afraid of all of these anti everything, the Proud Boys, the KKK. I believe they're afraid of what these white men are going to do. These militia groups are going to do if they do something to Trump. God is my witness. I believe that's what's happening right now. That's why I almost believe, and I pray that I'm wrong on this too. I believe that there will end up being a civil war in the United States, and somebody like Trump can start a civil war.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But that may be reality. Mr. Hicks, what's on your heart, brother? Good morning to you. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Good morning, Ray and the whole family. Got a little late summer cold, but I was reluctant to call in this morning. When I heard this news last night, I said, I know what tomorrow's going to be like.
Yes, sir.
And I sort of go with Cap. Cap said it in words that I would have picked if I could. Through the theologians, through the ancients, they always said a thing that God was behind who was elected as a leader. But when you study your enemy in warfare, you have to admire him and respect him. You can underestimate him. I think this is a classic tactical move. It really shapes up for the elections coming up. And at the same time, I fear that they will lock him up, which is possible. And I know that if that's part of the strategy, it's getting what they always wanted. I mean, from the very beginning of this country, it's been divided. There's been one part that want to be world orientated, another part want to be country orientated. Even when it came to sending taxpayers money to foreign places philosophically instead of taking care of what we need to take care of here. I think that the spells are thrown on both sides. In 2016, when Trump got election, I was working for VA, and I watched everything. I always read and studied, but I had an independent mind thinking. I critically think, and usually don't align with the majority of people I'm around. So I got so emotional in that whole thing. When the COVID came, then I married a woman that her whole family was staunch Democrats, and and can you imagine? Well, I'm in the process of getting divorced now. But I learned from that thing, because you got to learn from your mistakes.
Yes.
I'm not going to let them manipulate my emotions this time to get emotional. They're going to do what they do. God's hands behind everything. If they lock him up, they got their war, because that's 71 million people that look at the unfair application of law and justice. Trump is not the first one that this politicized DOJ and FBI. This whole past 8 years they've been implicated. But like I said again, I'm not going to get emotionally in it, because that's what they want. They want both sides to be emotionally, be angry, be screaming in the streets and fighting.
and I'm not going to join the fight.
Exactly. And I have a question. I know Badger said he had something as well. We got another caller just called in. I'm gonna go to that caller too. But if these individuals will storm the Capitol building, go in there and storm the Capitol building in Washington D.C., what make us think, or should we think, that if they lock Trump up, they're not gonna try to storm that jail or that wherever he's held and try to get him out? Are we to think that they wouldn't
Well,
even?
I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are we to think that they wouldn't even try to do that? Let me go. Badger say you had something on his heart. Badger, what's on your heart, brother?
You know, I was sitting here listening to everything, and I was remembering some of the stuff that was said at some of the rallies that I watched. So I wanted to hear what all was being said for myself. And he's a leader for the people that give Christianity a bad name. The greedy ones, the control freaks, the anti-women having rights people, the racists. You know, the ones that have took the Bible and screwed it all up for their personal gain. That's who he's a leader for. And they're capable of anything as long as they can get their pockets, get that money in their pockets.
So it's all about the money.
I honestly believe, yeah. After all the stuff I've looked into and researched personally, people like that don't care about anyone but themselves. I mean, when your own family's coming out, you know, and going, no, don't vote him back, there's a problem.
There's a huge problem.
And if anyone, I don't know if any of y'all listen to any of his rallies. You know, the Roe versus Wade was a white victory. You know, and need to take the white kids out of school for, you know, so they don't get what's the word that they use? Dang it. It was a Hitler's quote by someone that he supports. Which I need to see if they actually got it in the office or not in Illinois. You know, it's just one of those things. Nothing they do will surprise me.
Wow.
Be it theft, wouldn't surprise me if they hang somebody. People like that need to go.
Absolutely.
Pay attention, learn how not to live so we can deal with them.
That's good. Lord, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
What's going on, young soldier?
Hey, doing good, brother. I saw you coming, man. You had to call in, did you, brother?
Yeah.
Hey, good to have you. Good. What's on your heart, brother? Good to have you this morning. What's on your heart?
Yeah. I just wanted to go back to that thing about him being elected in 2016 with Hillary Clinton. Now he was devoted to getting Hillary Clinton all about those emails, which was classified emails, you know what I'm saying, which she supposedly, you know what I'm saying, deleted or did whatever. So if he went after her with that much venom, what even though, you know what I'm saying, as they say, white is right, you know what I'm saying, what makes him think that they can't come after him for taking 15 boxes of classified classified documents?
Come on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, it's ridiculous to think, and don't get me started about these Trumpeteers, you know what I'm saying? Because they all are puppets. They all puppets. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. It's just like that quote from Malcolm X when that police officer said, "No one man should have that much power." And Trump seems to have, as everyone's been stating, Trump seems to have this mystical power over these undercover racist people that claim they aren't racist, but need a mouthpiece. need a mouthpiece to say what they can't say.
Wow. Hey, Lord.
Now,
I want you
yes,
to take.
sir.
I want you to take about a minute and a half and just tell us exactly how you feel, brother. Just tell us exactly how you feel,
I
brother.
want to marry him. Is he married? I want to marry him.
Yeah. He's already married, and his wife might be listening on. So.
This guy is, you know what I'm saying? Of course, he's American, but his father gave him $1 million, and he did what he did with it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was good or bad, but he got these people bamboozled, real bad, to the point that they would give up their life for him.
Yeah.
Now, I only know one man that I would really give up my life for, and that's Jesus, you know what I'm saying, other than my family. But no man, you know what I'm saying, gonna have that much influence over me to where I just don't think for myself now. I'm all about his agenda and his world and UAE Trump.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Hold on 1 second, Lord. Don't you go nowhere, brother. I'm gonna go to Curtis, then I'm gonna go to Rico, then I'm gonna circle back around. Curtis, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me. Curtis, you there?
Yeah, it ain't much for me to say. Me to say, you know. I've been saying for years that this dude is a crook, man. This thing go down, you know, history. The treason part is not even going to be in the books. What's going to be in the books, in my opinion, is this thing is going to go down in history, in the canals of history, as the greatest heist in world history. It's going to go down.
Now you didn't say American history. You said world history.
In world history.
Okay.
This is going to go in the robbing of King Tut's tomb.
Wow.
Listen, man, this guy is a crook. And it's funny to me how people from the other side of the aisle are not willing to admit that the main people trying to get him is their own people. It ain't Democrats that's trying to get him. It's his own people. If you go back and look, just run the tape back, man. The Lincoln Project is not you know what? Let me put it like this right here. I'm gonna keep it simple. If the Democratic Party is solely responsible for trying to get this man, and the forebears are trying to get this man and pushing the initiative to try and get this man and pushing the initiative to steal the election and pushing the initiative to do away with. Listen, if the Democratic Party is that powerful, then my God, I don't understand why more people not Democrats. Telling me one party was so powerful that they could make another party completely go against their guy. Make another party go against their own candidate.
Wow.
The Lincoln Project are Republicans. Comey was a Republican. Everybody who was tasked to come and get him or saw some fallacy in what he was doing were initially
30 seconds, Curtis.
The Russian dossier, that came from John McCain. That was given to Hillary. They didn't even want to put it out. The Clinton campaign they never put it out. They never put that out saying this is backed by the Clinton campaign. That was given to them by the McCain campaign.
Wow.
Man, this guy's a crook. He's a murderer. He's a crook. man, every level of treason that we can think of, man, it has been committed.
Good deal. Gotta keep it moving. Gotta keep it moving, Curtis. Rico, I said I was gonna come to you next, but we what's the name just called in Navy. Let me touch on her, then I'll come right back to you. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Navy, good morning, Navy. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How you doing? How everybody doing this morning?
Hey, doing good. Since we talking about this situation that happened yesterday, Trump house in Florida was raided. They pulled out 15 boxes of certified, classified documents from the White House. Why in the world, if that be the case, and it is, they got the evidence. Why a lot of them Trump supporters, Trumpeters, if you will, that's what they've been called today. Why in the world are they trying to negate the whole situation and say that you can't do that to an ex-president? Why don't they just see what he did and what he did was wrong? Why can't they see it?
They're protecting their cult leader.
Wow.
That's what he is. He's when you look at what the definition of a cult is, he is that whole alliance is very much that. When you can control the mind, you can control the person. And there has been nothing from the moment he put his bid in for presidency all the way up until yesterday and today that he has admitted to, that they have found fault in. And I would not be a bit surprised whenever the new DSM, which is what therapists use to diagnose people, if that is not a diagnosis. There's going to be something about Trump. It's going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if Trumpeteer is not a mentally a clinical diagnosis.
Girl, you done said.
Wow.
I would not be surprised. There's nothing. When you look at the history of cult leaders, they all lead the exact same way. All it takes is one ripple in the waters, and that ripple goes for miles before it actually comes to a stop. So they're protecting their cult leaders. That's all I got for that one.
That's plenty. Rico, talk to me, brother. You say she always come along and she just make it so simple and get straight to the point. So Rico, what's on your heart right now?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's one side of it. That's the mental aspect of it, of creating cult members. Like I said, fanatics. You remember I spoke about that, people idol worshiping?
Yeah.
Well, he's been an idol. Somebody just found that, it might work even for presidency because he's so popular that the man just can't lose. Even when he loses, he wins. He's been bankrupt so many times, and guess what? The people still love him. My God, he fits the image. He even has the hairdo. He's been practicing. And so the people bought it. But guess what? Everybody ain't been bamboozled by him. Some people got bamboozled because they were opportunistic and they said, well, guess what? He sounded a little positive and beneficial to me because I got a couple more commas and zeros last year. Oh man, like I said, I don't even have to think about me because I know how I can't be influenced. But the thing is that some people are. And what are they influenced by? Are they influenced by popularity? That's one thing. Or were they influenced to support him because it was financially beneficial? So now we have to ask ourselves, because we are integrated in society with these people that will condone and embrace a man like that because they got stimulus checks and gas is high. And so they want them back. Yeah, it's a lot of people want them locked up, but it's a lot of people want them back, and they look like us.
Yeah.
We love integration, but should we segregate ourselves from these people once we see that they'll support some very evil people and do a lot of strange things for a piece of change?
Wow.
Because if you could be manipulated just from the popularity and idolization aspect of it, and then come right back and join in and say, well, you know what? I ain't mesmerized. I ain't sleep. But that money is of great influence to make me say that I might need to vote for this man. Captain Dennis said it. The Creator appointed him that for a reason.
Yeah.
Because it is an indictment on the people. If God sitting back with his angels now looking down on us, he probably saying, look at that, y'all.
They're willing to allow this man to be the leader of their country because they got a little bit more money.
Wow.
You know that little green stuff they print on paper
Mm-hmm.
with the numbers on it, same size?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just got different value system because they put different ink symbols on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're going to make it. I don't know if they're going to make it, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That might be what the creator's saying. Because this is pitiful.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
This is pitiful that he had even made it this far, being who he was, but his popularity psychologically made people feel like he was acceptable. And that's what human beings do, especially in America.
Exactly.
Then on the other end of it,
30 seconds.
Dollar signs made it a little bit more sensible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Can y'all hear this clip? I found another clip. Hopefully y'all can hear this one right here. Rico, let me know if you can hear this. Can you hear Rico?
Very low, very low.
Y'all can't hear it?
Biden administration,
Oh, yeah,
Democrats
man.
weaponizing.
Ain't no need of doing that, man. Because we ain't gonna hear but bits and pieces, man. It sound like you should listen to somebody through a wall.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I don't know what's going on with that part. Maybe I need to reboot the system or something like that. But anyway, let's keep this thing going. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Yeah, well, everything that I said from the beginning is coming true. And I'm trying to think if it was Mr. Abraham that said about the making of a dictator.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The making of a dictator. I think that may have been him. If you all ever get a chance to watch that movie on the History Channel, it's about Hitler and the stages that Hitler went through to become a dictator. Trump is a textbook case of a person that would love to be a dictator. You ain't got to take my word for it. Look at the History Channel or Google that thing, The Making of a Monster, I think they called it though, on the History Channel. And look at how, and this man, Trump, has been absolutely mesmerized by the book, I think it's Nunkum, whatever the name of the book is that Hitler wrote, that his own wife said that was, Nine Kump or whatever that he reads. That's the only book that he read repeatedly. Why? Because his mentality is that of a dictator, and everything that he did is that. And I want to say this, and I don't mean no offense to anybody on here that's Republican. I want y'all to know that if today or tomorrow the different militias decide that they are going to come against, do the Civil War thing, I want you to know that your Republican card will not work. Because the only thing that these people see is the color of your skin. So they're going to look for the white of your eyes and the black of your skin, the color of your skin, and that is what's going to make you a mark. Believe that.
Exactly.
Believe that. Because neo-Nazis, these people in alt-right, these white supremacists, these people care nothing about you being a Republican. You're going to be a target, and that's it.
Wow. Captain, what's on your heart?
Oh, wow. Go ahead, sis. You know, a couple of things that I want to bring to light. The Bible said pride goes before a fall. Y'all know that.
Yes.
And we also know that Nebuchadnezzar went mad and ate grass for 7 years.
Yep.
He interpreted that he made his 7 years in jail and be made humble. That could be interpreted he's going mad and God's going to bring him down. It could be interpreted that we know there's a book called The Power Behind the Throne. Y'all seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut?
Yes, yes.
I've seen that movie. Well, what was that movie about? Y'all know about the Masonic Order. It ain't Donald Trump that's the power. It's the power behind Donald Trump.
Yes.
Donald Trump is nothing but a puppet. You think he got power? He's given power by a cabal that you don't see. Men who sit in a smoke-filled room and decide a fate of who becomes president
who don't become president, who they keep, who they don't. Don't be so foolish. They think there ain't a power there. It's sitting in a smoke-filled room and they put thumbs down on Donald. It's time for him to go.
Mm-hmm.
He served our purpose. Who's next, Bill? Come on, man. People, there's always a hidden hand. We know that our brother Obama was not elected. He was selected.
Selected. Okay.
Come on. Man, listen, you know what? Y'all can talk about Donald all day long. It ain't Donald. Donald don't run nothing without a power that backs him. And that power could be Israel. All right? You can see power, but don't you ever think he got any power. That man who's ignorant is all outdoors, and they know he's ignorant. Donald Trump, his time is up. He's just a symbol of what's ugly about America. And God had to bring it out so you can see it. Now we see the ugly of America, the hidden racism that's been in the cracks and crannies. Now you see it. Now the gig is up, Donald. It's time to pay the piper. They're going to throw him under the bus because he's now political baggage. He served no more purpose. Revolution, well, revolution going to happen because people are starving. Food has gone up. Gas has gone up. Everything. You ain't got to have him to create revolution. Revolution going to come because we getting ready to see a famine in America that you never see in your lifetime.
Better preach.
We're talking about Donald Trump. And you better get you some food store. Look at the weather. Look at the weather. You worried about Donald Trump, you better worry about God.
Come on. Come on.
I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like preaching this morning. I'm sorry.
Amen. As I always say, amen, brother. Amen. Ibrahim, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting to me, you know, a student of history, right, that we take this point in time. So for the Christian element, I'd like you to look at Revelation when they talk about the visions of the Antichrist. And he fits how people look upon him. Now, you might see a different thing when you look upon him. But those who look upon him as the Redeemer or the Savior, right? They see this in him. And that would be what they talk about in the Antichrist. And they talk about, you know, you talk about it for all these analogies, if you will, or a word to give you some type, give description like the brother just did, give you a description. But this started by a despotic dictator many years ago. 300 years, he quoted somebody and raised somebody up in the image of them, in the image of his enterprise, of his civilization, of his group, and took it upon people and misled them and even changed their own words and brought them this and created a profile and created this created these myths. And still today, it's quoted today and day over and over again by people who don't understand that was carried on by other despots, you know, other leaders that dominated to the same thing that we seem to be going out to fascism or being a diplomat. And again, other people that capitalize off that and carry their own despotic regime. And other people quoted that and carry their own despotic, changing, manipulating the words, but still having the same effect upon people. And today, thousands of years later, we're still quoting something that didn't even exist in the way that it existed. And names that are not even named by the people that actually lived in them. So you cannot trace it back to the original source that they claim to have. So in saying all this, we have this up. And then in America, if you go back to the Reagan administration, don't go back, what about Nixon? Go back to the Reagan administration and see what's up when they talked about the silent Obama and today, right? Let me know when I got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds now. Yeah, you had 30 seconds now.
Okay. All right. So I want y'all to think deeply about what did you believe in, what you see, and what you know, and think about it, use logic and reason, because these things will happen over and over again, and happen over and over again because of the mindset and our belief system are based on people that we believe, not the word of the Creator, not God, but of people that we believe and words that we believe because other people before us believe in these things. Says in the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
We do not believe as a fool believes. We were only with you. We were just justice.
Exactly.
So anyway,
good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Leonard, anything on your heart, brother?
Not necessarily, Raheem.
Something on your heart, brother. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Well, I mean, I don't like to change the subject.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now
it's been said that let me stop your time. It's been said that it's been said that we harp too much on Trump, but what about the people that's actually supporting him? What do you say about that? There's a lot of people out there that support Trump that think Trump can't do no wrong. And we talked about them, like the coat and all this. So we talked about that. But what is their mindset, Leonard? What state are they in?
I'm waiting for the good part. When they follow him somewhere and drank the Kool-Aid, and then you just go and pick up the bodies.
Wow.
How about you go to the mansion where they was waiting on the comet or the spaceship behind the comet to come get them? I mean, it's just one. If people were that adamant, why wouldn't decent people go to the polls to vote in larger numbers? This is happening at every level of government.
Mm-hmm.
This is happening in corporations and things like that all over America. So where are you standing against it is my question.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you standing against it? Where are you standing against corruption? Are you standing against corruption at your job? At your school board? At your homeowners association meeting? Are you doing that? Show me how for justice you are. Then I know how valid your complaints about injustice is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you preaching it in your churches?
Wow.
Are you? I mean, just a question.
Yeah, it's a question. Absolutely, it's a question.
I mean, it seems hard to believe that if everybody know what is right, why ain't everybody out there?
Mm-hmm.
Why ain't everybody at the polls?
Mm-hmm.
Turn out in November.
Yeah.
So everybody that has ever said anything on a radio program, wrote an article, did a news show, or anywhere, you all should be so overwhelmingly at the polls and standing up that everyone would believe that this can be resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, I'm not a fatalist, and I still have faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe in faith for the fight, not the laying down, not the just going with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
And people say Civil War this and Civil War that. Do you got a gun? So if you know it's coming, you should be preparing for it, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Get your house in order first and move that way. We're not gonna stop doing what's right because other people want to do wrong, are we? You ain't gonna just go along with it, are we?
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to sit down there and say, well, they shouldn't do this and they shouldn't do that, but it's another thing to go get in the middle of that trouble.
Mm-hmm.
That good trouble that Lewis used to talk about.
Exactly.
That's that good trouble.
Let's go get in some good trouble.
Let's go get in some good trouble.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
When we see things going on, let's say, for instance, one thing you asked me was on my mind, this issue with the Department of Family and Children's Services in Fulton County.
Mm-hmm.
That's what came to mind to me earlier today.
Wow. Okay.
How 28 people get fired. One of the most distressed agencies in local government in Fulton County. 28 people. You know why? Because leadership effed up over there.
Mm-hmm. Badly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. Lord, what's on your heart, brother? Lord, you there?
Yeah. I was on mute.
Okay. Toya with a T coming to you next. What's on your heart, Lord? 3 minutes.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just stick to the questions. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we all can get personal lives and everything else here. But this man is indicted. Has three federal cases of indictment for criminal taking those documents. He has three implicated indictments for federal grand jury in investigations. So if Pookie go down for one charge, he's going for life. So these people are so scared of this man. This man not even the president, and they won't implicate or indict him. As the brother was saying, it's the power behind the power that's got him all geeked up.
Wow. I didn't think you was gonna stop right there, brother. I was still waiting on you to say something else for me. I told you what a T talk to me, sis. What's on your heart? Toya?
Yeah, no, I gotta go back to what the captain said. He right. We sitting up here talking about Donald Trump. No, we got other stuff we supposed to be worried about. What you say earlier? Why we still here? That's why we keep getting distracted. Squirrel. Anybody ever seen that cartoon? Where the dog still a dog? Every time the squirrel run past, he be having a conversation, and the squirrel run past squirrel because he get distracted. That's what we be like out here in these streets. We gotta find a way to stay focused. We gotta find a way to work together and prepare, because we are not. We keep talking about distractions, but still staying distracted. So, I'm with you, Raheem. What's the solution?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How can we come up with a solution based so we can come up with what the problem is, and then what's the solution and where we move next? What's the point of contact for us now? You know what I'm saying? Like what programs or projects do we have for a movement for something other than such? And now I'm hearing some buzz on the street where people talking about not voting. Has anybody heard that?
Yeah.
Yo, I've been hearing some real serious buzz that people are talking about not voting, like by the billions. Like for real, like this is buzz on the street. And how effective will that be? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we gonna do next? Because whatever move we're gonna make, we're gonna have a plan behind it. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I want to talk about at that point. You know what I'm saying? We still making Trump rich, paying them attention, giving them energy.
Keeping them out.
You know what I'm saying? But what, right. What agendas do we discuss that's just about our agenda and just about moving forward? And when we pinpoint that, then we know we'll not be getting distracted. If we can't have a solutions-based show, and we always talking about, I hate to have to say it, still talking about the white savagery and not doing nothing about it. How much of a mental condition is that for us? I mean, I'm just saying.
Exactly. That's good. Let me go to Badger. Badger, what's on your heart, brother? Badger, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just, man, as being a white person or part white, it sucks to have someone of your race be like Trump. Tired of seeing a certain mentality to continue to be taught to the degree that it is at that high of a level. Like, I acknowledge that there are going to be racists to some degree, no matter what, but a racist like that, but they shouldn't be having a political seat. And it's frustrating and disheartening to know how much some of us have fought that still have to deal with an arrogant
Narcissist.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I've looked into his past, his dad didn't leave him that money legally.
Mm.
He forged the paperwork.
Wow.
He altered the paperwork just so he could get money from daddy. So there's not a whole lot of like good about him other than he's been bankrupt, and these moronic people think that he's God's gift to him because he has money in his current society, and he's figured out how he could go bankrupt and start another business, go bankrupt again, start another business. And when you get people that are tired of struggling in life, especially in the society that we have, that don't have a lot of brain power or understanding of how to work the system, they're going to hold someone like that as a leader.
30 seconds. Mm-hmm.
So, I'm more interested in the other topic we were supposed to talk about today.
Actually, we're gonna get to that topic at the top of the hour. We're gonna stay here for just a few more minutes, then we're gonna transition over to that particular topic.
We need to get together, work together to keep these people like that from getting back in power. And as far as the election go, Clinton won it.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Good deal.
And the Electoral College is a problem.
Badger, your 3 minutes up, brother. Your 3 minutes up. Hold on. Stay right there where you at. Toussaint. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning. I know you've been listening, brother. What's on your heart?
What y'all talking about? Politics.
We talking about your president. Your president taking all those 15 boxes. 15 boxes. Well, you know what I mean. No, that's still Donald Toussaint president. Toussaint loved that man. We are talking about how he took them 15 boxes of his, classified documents to his home in Florida, got raided by the FBI, and now all of his trumpeters, that's where they use, don't want to see that he did anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with what Trump did. Stop that.
Oh no!
Come on now.
Leave that man. Leave that man alone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that Trump did more for us than Jesus? Yeah, didn't you?
Let him tell the story.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the society that we live in, and people of all different backgrounds and ethnic groups. So we can't say anything about particular race of people, because we had some that was among us to speak up.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say the same thing. Leave that man alone. He's the greatest thing that happened to America since the Mayflower.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I'm still trying to figure it, and I'm still trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway, I don't know. We can't blame anybody else because how people get in power is at the polls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we have a tendency to not show up and then complain.
Exactly. Wow. Let me go to we're gonna go to Kurt, then we're gonna go to Rico. Kurt, what's on your heart, brother? Kurt, you there?
Yeah, I'm right. I don't have too much to say because everything that we say right now, thank God, man. I'd already seen this happen, but I'm gonna throw something out there because I don't have much to say. But if I go with my brother Cap is saying, right, I'm curious as to what was in them 15 boxes.
Mm-hmm.
right? If we just focus on the 15 boxes and
That's a lot of documents,
being
brother.
the president of,
That's a lot of documents. That's a lot of documents.
well, but I'm saying specifically, think about the person that we dealing with. He's a dirt getter. He's a dirt grinder. He's a what was the name of that magazine that was real big? And then they got jammed up during his administration, the National Enquirer.
Yeah.
He's a dirt grinder. He's a mole, right? So him being president, having access to highly classified information, and him being the type to store information, y'all don't get this twisted. A lot of those power brokers that's supporting him, that's standing behind him, it's because he got some dirt on them.
Yeah.
You can just see it. When a man is willing to say one thing on Monday and then Tuesday completely regurgitate what he said, somebody done got in his head, told him, man, you might want to, man, look, what people got, they got them pictures of you with them kids. You know, well, they got them pictures of you sitting down doing lines now. And you know he'd tell it. So I can't help but wonder if the 15 boxes is all his information. And the thing that I don't understand is if it's stuff that would criminate him specifically, right? He's dumb enough to look past the law that say that, look, it's against the law for you to remove these boxes because they really don't belong to you. But if it's things that would incriminate him,
30 seconds.
You the dumbest, you dumbest 80 box of rocks because you live right there at the ocean. Why didn't you take the 15 boxes and throw them in the water, set them on fire? So I can't help but wonder, man, what's in the boxes? Who else will be incriminated if this dude was to come out and say, look, I've read through all the boxes, and you know, the people responsible for the Kennedy assassination was such and such, such and such. Dr. King's assassination was such and such, such and such. Yes, we the CIA, and we killed Max, and I can't help but wonder, bro, what is it that he took?
That's good.
Truly, that he took.
Absolutely, absolutely. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
Man, I wish I knew how to box up and cook up a whole bunch of Trump and sell it to y'all, because y'all a bunch of Trump fiends. I might make a song called Trump Fiend Beat. Because that man ain't been president for 2 years. And I've been listening for the last past hour. People still try to describe how dirty and low down he is. No, he ain't the bottom of somebody's shoe. He is the rabbit that the bear wiped his butt with. No, he ain't the rabbit that the bear wiped his butt with. He's the broken up crooked that the ants eat up. I mean, man, we've been trying to describe how nasty and low down. We know how many times we need to hear how nasty and low down he is. The problem is he got supporters. He got people that defend him. He has a system in place that needs to be fixed because he shouldn't have ever been in there. Just like Bush shouldn't have been in there. But see, this is what's going to happen. We're going to keep on talking about the same old thing. And people ain't going to hold themselves accountable for having low standards. Americans. So this is like, to me, every time you bring up Trump, I could give you the same answer when it pertains to this. It ain't nothing but more evidence that he should be prosecuted and convicted and held accountable. Why, if you ask? Because other people in the past have done something, but nobody ever tried to overthrow the government overtly like that. And if you don't stomp out that fire, it'll turn into an inferno. See, that's the first time for everything. But you know, when this first time that he accomplishes this and get away with it, This is going to destroy the whole standard of government. The political process is dead. Because he just blew it to pieces if he get away with it. And some people want their commas and their zeros. And some people want a stimulus check. They're willing to sacrifice that. And they think because he's president, he shouldn't be held accountable. Because he's a human that achieved and attained a position. Yeah, he bad. He bad, but I can't hear another 2 years of that. We don't use all the words you could think of. We might need to start creating some. He's school, just make up a word.
30 seconds.
So we could hear something different. But the ranting is getting old. The problem is he got supporters. He got people that defend that mess. He got people that embraced it from the very beginning when he was imitating people that was disabled. And we knew who he was before he got in that office. And some people, 74 million. Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. And one of the reasons why we're actually having this, just in case anybody is wondering, because it's news. It's something that happened yesterday. And we like to stay up on what's going on or what's happening in the process and have the conversation and the discussion on it. It could have been Michael Jordan say he was going to come back to the NBA. We'll talk about that today. No good and well. He ain't got no business, but it is what it is. But we're about to transition over. I'm going to play this clip. Good morning, Friday. How you doing this morning? I'm going to play.
Hi, Darren.
Hey, doing good. Since we're going to play this thing right here, you came at a great time because we're going to get to our topic of the day. But I'm going to play this clip real quick, this commercial.
DKM Media Group and Associates. It's great that you have your new business. Now, what's your next move? Don't let this brick wall block your success. Stop all that worrying and contact DKM Media Group and Associates. DKM Media Group and Associates will get the ball bouncing for you and your business. Great success rates, many avenues to select from. It's up to you. Give us a call today, 770-676-1552. Contact us today, dkmmediagroup1@gmail.com. Celebrate the victory. You deserve it.
Give us a call. DKM Media Group and Associates. DKM Media Group and Associates. How'd you like that, Friday? I know you can see it. A lot of people couldn't see it.
It looks good. It's very good.
Good deal. Friday, I'm going to ask you a question, and we're going to start this topic off with you this morning. And everybody have their own stance. So this is not a beat 'em up bash. No, this is not the session that we're about to go into. So please don't use it as such. That's not what we're doing. But I'm asking the question: what is, to you, Friday? What is Christianity?
To me, Christianity is a disciplined demonstration of faith based on high morality as well as belief in what has been put forth in the Bible. I think that's the best way I can answer it. It's a disciplined demonstration by those instructions, examples, and parables to help govern and guide our morality of life.
Okay. Good deal. Cassandra, you there?
Yes, I am.
Cassandra, to you and to your heart, Cassandra, what is Christianity?
For me, it's real simple. It's being a follower of Christ and his teaching, his beliefs, and that's what Christianity is to me. Just being a follower of Christ and his disciplines, his teachings.
Okay, that's good. Leonard, what do you say to that, Leonard? What is Christianity?
I mean, what do you mean? What is Christianity? Just as you, we all know what Christianity is.
I'm an alien from another planet. Y'all talking about y'all into this Christianity thing. I'm trying to ask you a question. What is Christianity? Explain it to me as an alien that have no idea what it is.
It's one of our. It's a religion here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you need to know?
So that's what got y'all jumping up and down and running all over the place just because it's a religion on Earth.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
People love religion here.
Okay.
You can choose your religion. Matter of fact, you can have whatever religion you want.
Mm-hmm. No. Specifically, I'm asking you, what is Christianity?
Oh, Christianity is a story about a man who came for peace.
Mm-hmm.
And they crucified and they killed him for that reason. And we believe that by following his example, that it gives us a connection with the Creator.
So y'all are following somebody that got killed. Why did they kill him?
No, we're not following him that got killed.
Mm-hmm.
Because the best part about the story is that he was resurrected.
Resurrection, what does that mean?
Brought back from the dead. I don't know if people die where you from, but that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I thought you were intelligent.
So he died and then he came back to life.
Yes.
And that's why y'all follow him, because he came back to life.
Yes.
Okay. What about a person that's in a coma? Don't they come back?
However that happens, that happens. It's not for me to know all things. That's just what I believe.
I have to get this.
And I really don't usually believe it to explain it to people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But if that's what you want to know, I can send you to a great resource.
Mm-hmm. What is that resource?
The Bible.
Okay. So what is this thing Bible you're talking about?
It's a book. Do you know what a book is?
I understand what a book is, but what is this Bible book that you're talking about?
Well, here, you can have mine.
Okay. What language is it in?
It's the most published book in the world. It's the best-selling book of all time.
Okay. What language is it in?
Any language you want, you can have it in there.
Okay, so this book that you just gave me, it's in any language in the world. So it can change up?
Oh, anybody can change it if you want to change it to your language. You just have to understand another language.
Okay, so the way that it is in this particular book that you gave me, what language is it in?
Mine is in English.
Okay.
But that's what I speak, English.
Okay. Let me go to Toya with a T. Toya. And y'all bear with me because I'm gonna ask questions like that because I'm coming at y'all like I'm an alien that don't understand. Certainly I know what it is, but y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me a little bit today. Toya with a T, what is Christianity?
Well, Christianity is the belief that we humans have that's based on a happening with a man we call Jesus Christ, whom they say died for all of our sins, which is a spiritual thing. Y'all got spirits? Okay, I don't know. Maybe you have spirits. Well, we humans down here, we got spirits. And we need to worry about where it's going to go when we leave this flesh. Is that what you call flesh, are you?
Please explain me what this thing that you call spirit. What is this thing that you call spirit?
It's like that's what makes you live. Like most living things have like a spirit and a soul. I don't know if you got that, you're an alien, but you know, like after you leave out of this flesh, that's a spirit. Most people don't understand it, baby. Don't worry about that. But at any rate, it's a belief we have where we try to do good. You know, we got some rules we try to obey, like thou shalt not kill or thou shalt not lie. You know, just basically trying to be a good person, a decent person.
Now,
make your way.
You say thou shalt. I stop your time. You say thou shalt not kill, but the gentleman I was speaking to a minute ago said that they killed this person that y'all call Jesus, but you say thou shalt not kill. How does that work together?
Yeah, no, it's strange because you, Mr. Alien, if you're like us, you got a choice. And if we're standing here having a conversation and I tell you thou shalt not kill and I make you mad by what I say and you kill me, you just negated what you said. But see, not all humans believe like that because I'm a different kind of human. I believe that same man who died, he died for me to live. So that give me the opportunity to kill you before you kill me. So don't try that with me. Try that with somebody else, Mr. Alien, because you're going to have some bad consequences over here. But
so
yes, they did kill him.
Does that mean you don't believe if you're going to kill?
Of course I believe. I just don't believe that it's meant for you to kill me. That part I don't believe. I do believe they already killed Jesus for me to be able to defend myself right now. And if not, that means I'm gonna be in a whole heap of trouble when I get someplace called heaven. That I'm willing to take that chance, Mr. Alien. Any more questions?
So it's okay. It's okay for you to kill me, but it's not okay for me to kill you.
It depends. I'm not gonna kill you for no reason, but I'm not gonna let you kill me for no reason either.
Is there a reason why?
If we're having a conversation, maybe you feel like you're an alien. Maybe you feel like you're sent here to kill me. I'm just here to tell you, I'm not gonna let that happen. God gonna have me on punishment when I get wherever I'm going, because that's not gonna work.
Because that sounds as though it's going against what is said that is written in this book called the Bible. Say thou shalt not kill,
right. You absolutely right. That was a trick too. And when they killed Jesus, it made all that right for me. He said all my sins. That include this kill I'm gonna put on you if you think I'm gonna let you hurt me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go for that one too. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any more questions, Mr. Alien? I can go all day. I can go for hours and hours.
I certainly will come back. I got a few people, and I want to ask all these people because there's a lot of people gathered around me right now. They may be looking at me a little strange because the way I came here, I came on this ship over there, and so they might.
Yes, sir, Mr. Alien.
They might not
just be careful. Make sure you put your sunscreen on, okay? Because we got cancer down here, Mr. Alien. Okay, I don't know if you got cancer where you come from.
Is that a Christian thing as well? Is that a Christian thing as well? This thing you call cancer?
No, that ain't no Christian thing.
Okay.
Jesus saved you from that too. But go ahead to somebody else. They got other beliefs you need to learn about.
Okay. Let me go to Rico.
I never thought you would ask.
What
are you telling me? The alien came here and want me to tell him about Christianity.
Yes.
So they're gonna say, "Hey, Mr. Human, what is this Christianity thing?" And I'm gonna tell him something that just went way out the window since you just popped up. Where you come from? You know something I don't know, homeboy. You ain't from here, and they said you didn't exist. Now, after I get a little bit of information from you, I think you might be a little interested in this thing they call Christianity.
Would it help me?
But you might think it's menial.
Would it help me?
I don't know, not from where you just came from, because all we know of is us in heaven. But you just proved that it's something else. It's something much more. And you just got somewhere here that we can't even get to you. So I think I need to be asking the question, sir. So awesome to meet you. See, I don't think an alien would even ask us that. He probably would have no concern about it unless he just was trying to figure out why these people worship and do the rituals they do. Then I might come to him and say, well, because people need something to believe in to make them do and love the gift of life and the gift of existence.
Does this Christianity give them that?
Some. Now, and that may be two versions. Because there's a different type of version taught by the people from the New World.
What is this?
They found a new world.
What is this new world?
They look for the new world, and they got a different type of Christianity. So
Excuse me,
this thing
sir.
might twist and turn a little bit. It's a little hard to explain because these so-called Christians or these people that call Christians, they all move in different forms and different ways, and they might not abide by the same rules all the time.
Excuse me, sir. Please explain to me this new world thing you're talking about.
Oh, this new world, it was a group of people that didn't know about religion, that didn't know that other people were in other places, and they found them, adapted their religions and their customs, and then they transformed it to fit what their narrative was. They did it throughout history. Well, in recent history.
So their attempt is to confuse.
Well, I'm going to say the original version may not be, but the version that most people today follow in this place called the United States is the New World version of Christianity, with a face that's made to look like the version that they wanted to teach and preach.
Okay. Let me go to Toussaint. Toussaint, you there? Toussaint, you there?
Yeah, this is that dog on mute button.
Okay. Toussaint, what is Christianity? Now, I'm an alien from another planet. I have no idea what this Christianity thing you speak of is. What is Christianity?
Foolishness.
Foolishness?
The most profound foolishness known to man. With all it's a foolish hope for some. Which actually I believe. It's a foolish hope.
You say
most critical.
You say foolish hope, yet you say you believe.
Yeah, foolish hope.
Yet you say you believe.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. See, there's a thing called faith. I can't show it to you. I can't prove it to you. There's no evidence of it.
What do you find it? Where do you find it, sir?
It's on the inside.
Inside
of me.
Inside
Not,
of
I mean, it's a choice.
It's inside of a bottle, inside of a jar, inside of a glass.
I really can't explain it to you, but I'm trying to do my best. I can. Go ahead. What you say?
Is it inside a bottle, inside a jar, inside of a glass, inside? What is it inside of?
You see, that's why I say it's foolishness, because you're trying to make me explain it. It's unexplainable. It's because, let me say it again. It's a faith walk. You have to have a hope, a trust that you have to kind of like, let's see, it's like running a race. Before you start running, you win it. Can't lose. The victory is there. I don't know how to best explain it to you.
Sir, is that logical, sir, to run a race and to win before you get started?
Nothing's logical.
Is that logical?
It's nothing about it that's logical. There's no logic in it at all. There's nothing that I can possibly, I could say everything about it to you. And that you'll still never be convinced until you get there. Okay, it's like a gift.
A gift.
Let me give you a box.
Okay.
You don't know what's in it. Okay. You don't even have to hold your hand out, but I'm presenting it to you.
So is this an imaginary box?
No, it's real.
Okay.
It's real to the one that's offered.
Is it real to the giver? Is it real to the giver or the receiver?
The one that offers it to you, it's real to him. We call him the supreme being. Matter of fact, you know about him whether you acknowledge it or not. You're coming to me with something that you already know, because you don't exist on your own. Even you.
So it is like a leader.
You are figment of my imagination.
But I am here, sir.
So
I'm talking to you.
So, yeah, right. And basically, the kind of conversation that we having now is a kind of conversation that has been going on and on and on since the course of time, and it really don't make no sense. But at the same time, I believe it more than anything. And that's all I can tell you. You just have to accept it or not. That's up to you.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm not going to try to pour it on you. I'll just offer it to you. And that's all I got to say.
If you're not going to try and make sure that I receive it, does it come from a place of love? Because love would make you want to give it to me.
Wait a minute. Let me turn my phone up, because I hear a signal light. A signal, somebody turning left or right. One or two. I don't know what that is. So you say what now? I'm sorry.
Now, if it is, as you say, it comes from a place of love, and would love not want you to give it to me?
I'm giving it to you. All I'm doing is offering it. But you have a choice. And why I say it like that is because it's like me having a seed in my hand. and I'm gonna plant this seed. Somebody either gonna come water it later on. Depends on how I put the seed in the ground, or if I put it on the rock, or whatever. I put it among thorns. Depends on how it grows. But see, the thing about it is, we in this world of ours, we get caught up with stuff. And because we get caught up with stuff, some receive the gift and some don't. I can't explain it to you, really.
Okay.
I'm just on doing the best I can, but I'm telling you that I believe it.
Okay. Badger, you there?
Yes.
Badger, what is Christianity?
Something that can help find light and love. But on the flip side,
light and love, are they the same? Are they the same?
No.
Okay. How do you separate?
You can do your best to live in light, but that doesn't always mean you can understand what love is.
Okay. Is this light you speaking of, is it the same as truth?
That is up to individual perception. However, it can also be used to cause great harm.
So the same thing that you say, light and love, could cause great harm. I don't understand.
When people use it for personal gain, they hurt others.
Is that the same as selfish? What you all say is selfish?
I think so.
But if it's of light and love, there should be no selfishness in it.
I agree. But that's where personal perception comes in and personal gain. When you have something that you can make people believe or to behave a certain way.
You say make someone believe. Why would you have to make them believe something that is so good?
Because you can't believe anything else, otherwise they'll kill you.
They will kill you. But it says thou shalt not kill.
Agreed.
So how do they go together? I don't understand, sir.
If I actually knew, I'd be able to give you a straight answer. Unfortunately, I've seen people use it for both ends. Those that support and help others, and those that hurt others.
Is there any form of chastisement in this thing y'all call Christianity?
I wish.
So the answer is no.
Not that I know of. They leave everything up to God and let the others get away with it.
You say God. Now, who is this God you speak of?
That's the Christian name, if I'm saying that correctly. And then he gave his son Jesus to forgive us for our sins.
Who is Jesus?
An amazing human being that got closer to God than anybody else did in that time. That it's written about.
Do you believe in this Jesus?
I believe in his teachings. I am not a Christian.
Okay. So you are from my planet?
Might as well be.
Okay. Lord, you there?
Yeah.
What is Christianity?
Well, Mr. Alien, I will answer your question if you kindly answer mine, right?
Oh, your volume is very low, sir. Is there no way you could get your volume up whereas I can hear it?
Okay, can you hear me now?
It's a little better, but it's still low. But go ahead, brother. You have a question?
All right. Yes. What about now?
Yes, much better. Much better.
Okay. So you're asking about Christianity, right?
Yes.
So where and how were you made in fashion?
I was created on my planet, sir.
So who created you? Is there a higher power that created you?
There are some that say there is a supreme being.
So do you believe in that supreme being?
I do. I believe that he exists. I believe that he exists in everyone that is on my planet. I believe that there is a planet of peace. It's a planet where there is no killing, there's no murder, there's no hunger, there's no deceit, there's no lying, there's no all these things that you have here on Earth. They don't exist on my planet. But yet you say that it's the same supreme being, sir. I don't know if it is.
So, but if you believe in all of that,
yes,
that right there is Christianity.
Can it be, sir?
Your hope and your faith.
Can it be, sir? Can it be because on can it be because on my planet all these things that happen here on your planet does not exist? Maybe my planet is that thing that you all call heaven.
It very well could be.
But don't you want to get there?
Oh yes, we all desire to get there.
Then
it's just how we get there on this planet. See, there are things called choices and faith.
But of the things that you do,
okay.
But sir, of the things that not you particularly, but of the things that a lot of you do here on this place called Earth, you cannot come to my planet. You cannot.
Well, why can't I
come to my planet?
Not come to your planet,
sir, because you are not pure. You have a lot of things in you that not you particularly, not you specific, sir.
You don't know that about
me, sir. Please let me.
You don't know the struggles that I've been through.
Absolutely, sir. But let me say something to you. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you specifically because, as you said, I do not know you. But what I can say is the things that you all do here on this planet, which you call Earth, you cannot do on my planet because they do not exist. You cannot.
Well, there again, you can't judge. You can't judge one person, or you can't judge the planet by one person, or one person by the planet.
But
you have to judge us all individually.
But my point, sir, is
and that's what our supreme. That's what our supreme being does.
But sir, let me say this to you. I understand what you are saying, but it's not the whole planet that's going to come to my planet at one time. It's individual. And so when I say you as an individual cannot come to my planet because you have things in you that are not pure, I'm not speaking of the whole planet. I'm actually speaking of the individual, and not you specifically, but there's so many individuals here that are not pure. They have so much hate.
Well, that's why our supreme being gives us time to get that right. If we get that right before we leave this earth, we will join him in the sky.
Okay, but sir, can I?
But if we can't, we'll go somewhere else.
But let me ask you this question, sir. What day or who is there anyone walking among your earth that knows what day is going to be the last day, minute, second, or hour?
Well, I can tell you this. There are philosophers and philanthropists that try to come up with a date for when our supreme Lord and Savior will arrive.
Right. So I think,
but no one knows the day or the hour.
I think you misunderstood my question, sir.
The skies wide open.
I think you misunderstood my question, and maybe my delivery was off. So let me try once again. Do you know when you're going to die? Not the planet, you individually.
Do I know when I'm going to die?
Yes.
No, I do not. Okay. Do you know?
Then, but my question is this: I know that I'm going back to my planet, but you don't know that, sir. And so I ask you that question. I say this to you. You don't know. Sir,
I do know.
Please, sir,
I do know.
May I finish?
That
may I finish
with
my
the
question,
belief
sir?
that I have in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yes. May I finish
that
my question?
I will go to your planet.
So where is your ticket? Do you have reservations? No, you do not. Now, what is going to happen, sir, if in the course of this thing that you're talking about, some very malice things happen in your life and you do not get in? You do not have time to correct it or get it right. You may go to that other place. I wish that you do not.
Well, my Bible says, as long as I confess with my my tongue and believe in my heart that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ died, and rose on the third day, and sits at the right hand of the Supreme Being.
Yes.
If I believe that, I should be with him.
Okay. So basically,
no matter what.
To be clear, sir, to be clear on my part, what you're saying to me, you could be a murderer, a killer, a thief, or whatever, and still just say some simple words out of your mouth and still make it to my planet, even with you doing some terrible things?
If only if you believe and have the faith that Jesus, not the fake Jesus, but Jesus is your Lord and Savior.
So there are many Jesus. There are several Jesuses. So am I hearing you say there's more than one Jesus? Because I heard you say not the real.
There's only one.
But you say not the real one, but the fake one.
People believe in who they believe in. I can't tell you who and who not to believe in.
Okay. I have to continue with someone else. Hold for 1 second, please, sir.
Let me try.
All right, sir.
Let me try.
Who am I speaking to?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, I was told that you are the complicated one. So let's do this, Ibrahim. What is Christianity?
What is Christianity?
Yes.
It was a device used by the early Romans to command and control a population that was tearing up the Roman Empire from within.
It sounds like slavery. It sounds as though you're speaking of slavery to me, sir.
What?
It sounds as though you're speaking of slavery.
No, I'm not speaking of slavery.
But
I am speaking of
if one wants to control, if one wants to command and control someone else, sir, that is a form of slavery. To command and control someone else and not give them the free will to do as they please.
We are commanding and control today. You command and control by a civilization. Your civilization, is that slavery or is that obeying?
Sir, I am not of your world. I don't fall
Are
upon
you
the same.
of your world? Do you have laws? Do you have discipline in your world?
As I said, there's no all this killing and murder and thievery and different things that you
But
all
I
do.
didn't ask you that.
Sir,
but you asked me
sir.
a question. I asked you a specific question.
Okay, instead
Is
of
there
being
laws and order and
instead
control
of
in
being
your
complicated,
world?
sir, on my planet, communication consists of one person speaking and the other one listening, and then get the other person an opportunity to do the same. You're not doing that right now, sir. You're speaking over me. And because of the fact that you're speaking of me, sir, I cannot make any point at all because you're overpowering the conversation. My voice stays consistent in what I'm saying. No, my voice neither goes up nor comes down. It stays consistent. Your voice is elevated since we started. So can we start again, sir? What is Christianity?
Oh yeah, we can start again.
What is
start
Christianity?
again. And like I said, regardless of my voice is always elevated. But I will speak softly if that's more amenable to your ears. And in saying this, 300 years.
What's more pleasing to me is
ago,
what's more pleasing to me, sir, is that we get to the point. You may continue, sir.
A group of people wanted to maintain control of a disrupted population over their civilization and government. The aspects of the Roman government was to dominate the known world or the European world at that time. So the most disruptive population was a population they had conquered, called they were Hebrew people. They tried everything. They fed them to the lions. They tried slavery. They tried everything to doss down these people. These people yet survived. And in the midst of these people, the greatest, most rebellious person in the early part of Roman civilization was a man named Yahshua. So in order that some had became controlled by the Greek or different ideas that they had, they took these ideas and assembled them into a thing that they coined a phrase called Julius Christo or Christianity. And Roman language, right? And all the languages from there forward, and they named a person that was more representative in the pagan part of that civilization, we would call Mithraism. They used also that one of their gods was Zeus, so Ion they call it Iron Jesus, which in Latin alone would mean the son of Zeus or the son of a god.
Okay.
And that would be based on Mithraism, the three concepts. Then, on top of that, divine control, they took their religion, they had already manifested certain books of this particular document.
Mm-hmm.
They came to agreement with these Hebrew people
So,
and the pagans. They could form.
Sir,
and not to be associated
sir,
with the Hebrew religion.
sir,
This dictator.
sir, can you
He
not,
chose
can you
them as
not,
a
can you
dictator.
not,
He was
can you not hear me,
ungodly.
sir? Can you not hear me, sir?
Okay. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Well, you told me to lower my voice.
Well, lower the voice,
Anyway,
but sir,
this
sir,
dictator is not to be
excuse me, sir.
confused.
It is very rude to continue to talk when someone is trying to speak to you, sir. It's very rude. We don't do that on my planet.
I don't know what you were saying. You said something about
sir,
talking too loud or something.
sir,
I didn't hear you.
I love the ability of having a mute button because sometimes I have to utilize that particular button. Let me continue. Captain. Captain, are you there?
Yes. Yes, I'm here.
Captain, please explain to me what is this thing called Christianity?
Well, as tempting as it may be, I don't think I'm qualified to interpret what someone else's practice is. I think that's more for Christians or Christians to interpret that than myself. So I will refrain from giving you that answer because that's for those who practice that, to give you a clear interpretation of what it is, not me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not you ask me something that I don't even practice.
Yes.
So if you ask me about it, no, I can tell you that, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I certainly appreciate that answer. Let me go back to it's such a clever name. What is it? Toya with the T? Is that what it is? Is it Toya?
Yes, sir, Mr. Alien. How may I help you again? No
I've
questions?
been listening to a lot that has been said thus far, and it
Yes, me
it
too.
appears to me as though a lot of the practices, things that is done, comes from a said book, which is the Bible. Is that
Yeah.
like is that like a instruction manual to guide this thing called Christianity?
Yeah, that's what they say it is. That's what we say it is. You know, we humans do need something. We need guides. We have more than one guide. But yeah, I am a Christian. I practice Christianity. I'm a human, right? And there's other beliefs, and they have their own books and guides, right? But yes, I do believe that is like a biblical book of stories and happenings to help us to be able to try to, not make the same mistakes.
Yes.
But yeah.
This must be a very beautiful book that has no killings and murders and different things of that nature. It must be a beautiful book that you're patterning your life after. Am I correct in saying that? There's certainly no killing and murders and things of that nature in this particular book, is there?
Well, the unfortunate thing, Mr. Alien, is that not only it's a book that tells the story of the history of humans. And I don't think you can say that book is judged. You have to judge the human. Like if I just up and kill you right now, don't blame the book. That's me because I made a choice to kill you, and vice versa.
But you followed the book.
If you decided to up and kill me, it's not because the book told you to do it. You chose to do it. So it does have those happenings in there, but you have to understand that those people decided to do that. Like the book didn't tell them to do that. That's kind of like how they perceived it, and then they acted it out. So it kind of gave the book a bad rap. But you have to judge everybody by their individual actions. You can't blame the book.
Okay. So is it a book of love?
It is a book that's supposed to be of love. It teaches you to have love, right? But that book, believe it or not, with it being a manual, it kind of tells you about troubleshooting certain issues and what drives certain issues and what things can happen. Love, greed. There's a lot of other emotions and feelings other than love. And that book, it kind of describes a plethora of different ways that humans feel and act, and what could possibly happen behind it.
Okay. Okay. It
Yeah, it's
sounds
a deep book.
it
It's a
sounds
deep book.
it sounds
But if you
very
got any answers,
hmm
read it. You'll be surprised.
wow. Wow. I may very well be surprised at some of the content of this particular book that you speak of. Friday, how are you doing? Friday?
Doing well.
And we have another caller. We're going to get to that caller in just 1 second. Um, Give me a deeper understanding of Christianity.
So I can provide knowing what you understand now. So I would first ask you, what is it that you believe about Christianity right now in this moment?
I know from the conversation that it can be somewhat confusing because on one hand it is speaking of love, and on the other hand it's speaking of killing. On one hand it's speaking of joy, and on the other hand it's speaking of mass confusion. There's so many different things there. How do one know where to stand?
Sure. The one there's a word called principles. Are you familiar with that word?
I've heard the word before, yes.
So principles is I would say, the guiding thread of all the surrounding circumstances that may occur in your life. And if you're trying to live a life disciplined by the faith of Christianity, then those principles will allow you to remain grounded to the truth of the work of what that looks like. And so it will be difficult in situations because not everybody follows the discipline of Christianity. And so that's why it can be confusing, and that's why it can be difficult, because one would want to exert that on other people, but if they themselves are not believers, they're not going to take heart to what those principles are.
So not everyone believe in this thing called Christianity.
Right. And so to govern yourself as a Christian, then it makes it difficult to have great respect and wholeheartedly love one another and to live peacefully with each other, because others who aren't invested in that belief will have a much different lifestyle and may be much more reckless. Unfortunately, people who enjoy the benefits of some of the things that Christianity life provides have, I would say, taken advantage of the faith by misleading people for personal gain. And that falls into the category of pride. And so, unfortunately, when you say that in a general statement, the term Christianity, some people cringe by it because they themselves have maybe not taken time to indulge in the fullness thereof, or have been hurt and has retained a place of living in that hurt versus in operating in what forgiveness and healing is really available to them.
That's good. That is good. Curtis, are you there, sir?
Yeah, I'm right.
Curtis, please explain to me, what is this thing called Christianity, and what does it mean to you, if anything at all, sir?
Well, being as though you don't know, I think that it would be a great lesson for us both to sit down and read the book together.
Speak directly to your phone. You're just a little bit low, sir. You're a little bit low, sir.
Christianity, to me, is a means to address the issues of mankind. It's corrective behavior, and is inappropriate behavior. It is a means to govern or to set morals and standards for this planet for which we live. But you must understand that this planet is governed and corrected by many books of spiritual belief. So Christianity is just one part of how to correctively train your spirit. So that's what Christianity is. It's just the element of the correction of the grand creator to teach man what the spirit is, where it comes from, and how it is supposed to exist. Now, I can't tell you specifically why there's murder and love in the same book, but I can tell you that the two go together. I can tell you that this book can better explain Christianity than any man or human being on this earth can.
Okay.
Now,
Are you complete, sir?
if you want to take that information and run with it, then we can just sit down and you can teach me and I can teach you.
That would be quite interesting, sir. That would be quite interesting. Bishop, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Blessed, brother, by the grace. How you feeling? How's
Hey.
everybody?
Hey, doing good. Bishop, I'm asking a question, and I'm an alien from another planet. Have no idea whatsoever what it is. So please tell me, explain to me, what is Christianity?
Christianity is the mindset and or behaviors that of Christ. So the first call Christians at Antioch, that's the book of Acts, the 11th chapter, began to talk about the terminology of the phrase being, quoted as related to the behavior of men and women, their love for humanity, their ability to forgive. This is one of the things that Christ taught us to do, to love our enemies, bless them to curse us. So if you put on those practices and not hold on to any animosity or hatred, or try to seek vengeance, then you have that, you're able to wear the title Christian. People wear the title Christian, but they don't perform the duties that the Christians are supposed to do. So they wear the title loosely because
Christianity, sir. Christianity, sir, is
go out and kill.
You say they do this, but they don't perform the duties. So is Christianity, is it, sir, like a job?
Christianity is a lifestyle behavior. It's not a job, but it is a job working with Jesus. That's all I'm saying. But it's a lifestyle behavior. Everything about you changes. You can't come to God and then say I'm a Christian and still cussing and killing everybody, trying to defame somebody, but yet I'm a Christian. A friend of mine said this: I don't want to be called a Christian if the way y'all act is what a Christ-like person is supposed to do. So to break it down, Mr. Alien, Christ is a person that came on the earth. He's a man. It's God in spirit, but he became a man and took on human form. He died on the cross, and why we call him Christ is because of the behavior in which he demonstrated. He went all the way to the cross that you and I may live. He didn't fight. He didn't carry on the way some people do, but he did demonstrate that, yeah, we do have certain behaviors. We get angry, but then he tells us to cease from anger. He tells us to love. He tells us to forgive. Those are the things that this man Jesus did, and he is the Christ.
Why, sir?
So,
why, sir, is there such a debate, such a cloud as to what he looked like? No one knows what he looked like.
Those who walk the earth know what he looked like during that time, but it's not about what he looked like. In fact, man, there's a scripture in the book of Revelation that reminds us he had his hair like that of wool, his feet like polished brass, and eyes like coal sand. So he had red eyes, or there was a blaze of flame in his eyes. His feet was like polished brass, and the wolf's hair. That sounds like, most people would say that sounds like a brother or a black man. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter to me what he looked like. It's what he did and what he told me to do. So,
there's a condition of a group of people there on your planet that may benefit if they knew more of what he looked like. Do you agree with that?
I disagree. I don't care what he looked like. I care about what he did. If he had not died, if Christ had not come and died on the cross, you and I would not have a right to the tree of life or be able to live in eternal life. He had to offer the sacrifice. See, and that's what people don't understand. He became the ransom for us. That's what he came, because man had messed up so bad. All they had come before God were thieves and robbers. The Bible says this. That's that book that most of us read or rely on, and most folks just carry it up on their arm. They don't read it. But everything that I would tell you is contained in the scripture. If Christ did not come, we wouldn't have this ability to be acknowledged or to be called Christians or children of God. But he didn't come to live. He came to die.
Wow. So he came there with the sole purpose of dying.
His whole purpose. He didn't come to live. He came to die. That's why he had an expected time. Judas, who was the one who betrayed him, was called the son of perdition, meaning the person that was meant to come to ruin. It was his responsibility to betray the Lord. But because Christ came, the atonement of our sin was blood. Prior to that, the priests would offer up the blood of animals, and they offer up the sacrifice to God. That was it. That's what it was. So, because God took pleasure, that's why Abel had a more pleasing sacrifice than his brother Cain. And through jealousy, Cain killed his brother. You want to ask the question about folk killing because there's jealousy, there's envy, there's hatred and strife. Because Cain was jealous of Abel, because Abel offered up a more pleasing sacrifice to God, because Abel dealt with the livestock, and he offered up one of the lambs. While with Cain, he was a tiller. He gardened the earth. He offered fruits and vegetables.
Is it not said?
So when God saw,
is it not said in the book that you speak of, the Bible? Is it not said that he's coming back, that he will return?
Oh, it's clear he's going to return.
Okay.
We don't know the day nor the hour, but we do know that he's going to come back.
How will you know him if it doesn't matter what he looks like, and you won't be able to recognize him when he comes?
When he split the clouds, you will know it's him. He left on the cloud. He's going to come back on the cloud.
At that point, would it make a difference what
for
he looks
me,
like?
I'm not, Mr. Alien, I'm not looking to see what color he is. But if I see anybody coming through that cloud, flying on the cloud, then I know that's him if I'm still alive and he returns. Everybody may not be alive, but those of us who are alive and remain, we're going to be called together to meet him in the cloud and in the air. But there are others that's going to sleep. And sleep means those are the ones that are dead.
Wow.
And according to Thessalonians, it said the dead in Christ are going to rise first.
Okay.
And then that are alive and remain will be called together to meet him in the clouds in the air. And forever we'll be with the Lord.
Very good,
so
sir.
I don't know what it look like, and I'll tell anybody, don't worry about it. What it look like. Focus on what we need to do so that we can rise and go and be with him.
Wow, that's good. Let me continue. We have a few more minutes, and we're going to continue. I think we have Friday back with us. Friday, what is on your heart, sister?
I think it was a great conversation thus far. Although some may get frustrated with the approach of the question, I think it's a good one because communicating and being able to hear the different viewpoints about Christianity and how it would be explained to someone helps me identify how well I'm communicating it for myself to other people, being that is a faith that I practice.
Someone from one of our apps said that our Christ is walking the earth. He is not in the sky. Say Christ is walking on the earth. He is not in the sky. Leonard, are you there, sir?
What's up, Mr. Raheem?
Sir, I am an alien from another planet, sir. My name is not Raheem today. What can you tell me? What can you tell me that would make a difference in my life about this Christianity thing, sir?
I'm not really sure, but I can tell you what. Let me in that spaceship, and maybe we can talk a little bit more.
You want to ride on the mothership? I don't know about that, brother. Yeah, I don't know. But my thing is this Christ that you speak of, is he of absolute love?
I believe so.
Then how could his followers have such hate and such turmoil in their lives?
Yeah, you have to go ask the rest of those followers that believe that way, because I don't.
So you don't see any evils on this planet of some people that say they are of Christianity?
Is I'm getting in the ship or what?
We will discuss that later, sir. We will discuss that later.
Well, being that you need so much, you ought to be giving a little bit more to me.
I will give you peace.
How?
By offering it to you.
Give it to me.
You have it.
Where is it?
In you.
Like I said, you come up with what I want, I come up with what you want.
Sir,
ain't no more questions for nothing.
It is in you. Dig down deep inside of yourself and pull it out, sir.
I need a little bit more than that.
Toya with the T. Toya with the T. She may have stepped away for a second.
Yes, sir.
Christianity. Why is it so why is it so complicated?
Who are you talking to?
Yes, Toya. Yes.
What was the question?
Why is Christianity so complicated?
We make it. We humans make things. If we had nothing else to do. We humans make things complicated, especially we women folk. I'm just being honest. We just, that's just that rebellious spirit. You know what I mean? That's just, I don't know, the gift of being a human, and we don't even notice the gift in that. But it's really not that complicated. The basics of it is, hey, try to be a good person. You're going to fall short. People going to make you angry. Some people going to make you angry enough to kill them. Might even be your brother, but you need to be able to have control over that, because God made you bigger and better than whatever it is we down here trying to take into our own hands as if we him. It's really that simple, but we make it complicated because we want the power and we want the pain and we want the glory. And that's where it gets complicated. So at the end of the day, don't base what God is off of our actions, because we're going to set you up and let you down every time. How you doing? Good morning.
May I ask you another question, young lady? Toya, may I ask you another question?
Sure. I'm here. Thank you.
The people that stormed your Capitol building, were they Christians as well?
Well, it could have been some that call themselves Christians, but there were some people who were in the KKK who call themselves Christians too. And the thing is about being a human, that you can call yourself whatever you want to. That don't mean you that. Because you call yourself a duck. And I'm looking at you and you a man walking around here with legs and arms and a Peter whacker. So just because you call you a duck, that's what you make you are? No, we got to be real careful about these great pretenders. Somebody call themselves a Christian, you better know what a Christian is. And when you look at them, and if you see that, you'll see it. I'm not talking about somebody who's human. I'm talking about somebody who's trying to really do the right thing. And we know people like that. And we know devils in disguise too. And we need to know what that is too. So they can say they're Christians.
May I ask you a question?
But what they did in their actions does not display such.
May I ask you a question, ma'am? Because I am not I'm not familiar with the term that you used. What is this thing you call Peter Whacker? Is what you said?
Oh, that's another show. We don't want to tangle that up right now.
Raheem, it ain't Wednesday.
We got to do that another time. But I got you on that though. I got you on that.
Peter.
I got you on that, but this is just not the appropriate time to be talking about that right now with Christianity, because they're gonna really be mad at us. So we'll do that after hours, like after 9 o'clock.
I understand. Rico.
Okay.
Rico, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Christianity. Why has it caused so much chaos?
Well, then that's when I have to break down to the alien about man. But I'm pretty sure they've been observing and evaluating us enough. It's I've been trying, man, to follow this, and it's sort of harder for me to role play because I wouldn't think that an alien would be concerned about it. I think if I did see an alien, like that ship I saw, that craft that I saw, if he did ask me a question, I wouldn't even be able to comprehend or think about that, because I would be like, man, where in the world did you come from? That I felt like I was looking at God when I saw that craft that day. But I'm what I have to do? I like truth and real logic. So if I have to go along with this scenario that an alien come down here and ask about Christianity, not Christ, but this process, this system called Christianity, and I would take them to somebody to let them say all the kumbaya and good things that they said. Then I'll take them and say, okay, now ask these Native Americans. Now ask these people from the Kingdom of Hawaii. I say, ask these people from the Taino Indians. Ask all the people of the Caribbean islands and South America and Central America. Ask them what Christianity is, alien. Because they're going to give you a whole well-rounded other side of what Christianity is. Because if it wasn't for missionaries coming with the good word and the good book and the power of the Lord, America wouldn't even be here and doing what it's doing. America wouldn't be so great. Ask the Native Americans, though. Ask the Kingdom of Hawaii what Christianity is. Because what they told you was true. And what these Native Americans and these Taino Indians and these Tasmanians tell you, it's going to be true, too.
Wow, that's good.
And that's what it is.
And that's what it is. Let me go to our Lord. Lord, what's on your heart, brother? Lord, you there?
Yeah, I was on mute again. I'm sorry, Mr. Elliott. I am getting my lunch together.
Okay.
Well, I mean, right now, you know what I'm saying? It's everything what everybody says about Christianity. Everything, you know, it's a process. Faith, it's love, it's hate, it's give, it's hate. It's all that wrapped in one. What makes us human, and what we desire to get right, to be with the one they call Christ.
That's good. That's good. I'm looking at the clock, y'all, and it's 10:01. It's actually time for us to get out of here, man. But Rico, what's going on at 3 o'clock today, sir?
If you missed today's broadcast and would like to see or hear the rebroadcast in its entirety, you can tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on www.dkmmediagroup.com.
Good deal. Good deal. Anybody have anything on their heart before we get out of here? Okay.
Hey, I just want to let everybody know that I wasn't trying to bash Christianity, but I'm just giving everybody the fact that everybody ain't gonna have that same perception. You know, if you ask some of these Hawaiians and some of these Native Americans and a lot of melanated people from descendants of Africans, missionaries came and accomplished a goal, and then something followed, and that's gonna be how they feel about Christianity.
Yeah, it's a totally
so I don't want
outlook.
people to think that I'm bashing it. I'm just giving another perspective.
Exactly, that's good, and that's what I wanted, man. Different angles and stuff. I think
the most murderous people in the world, still the most murderous people in the world, and use the banner of this for their own benefit, their own power. And that can be proven. But now how people feel about it, I've been to different countries, and hey, even though they felt different about it, they still became something of that ilk. They changed a little bit, some of that ilk. And that is a word that I can stand by. It's a myth. It started out a myth, and now it's a reality. It's a nightmare. It's a horrible reality.
Well, hold on, Ibrahim. Hold on, brother. When you say it's a myth, what are you calling a myth? What is a myth? I don't understand.
It's created by a group of people.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand when you say a myth. What do you say the myth is? Are you saying Christianity? Are you saying Christianity is a myth?
Yes, Christianity is a myth. It was created by Constantine.
I can't let you do that, brother. I can't let you do that because there's so many people listen to me, brother. I cannot allow you to do that because you have so many people that's listening to our broadcast right now that are Christians, and I'm not gonna let you just spill on them like that. I can't let you do that, brother. If you feel the way you feel, that's the way you feel, and I respect the way you feel, but I'm not gonna let you disrespect everybody else that feel differently. I can't allow you to do that, brother. Can't let you do it. Can't let you do it. Bishop, what's on your heart?
Man, I'm saying people are entitled to their views and opinions. And the Bible begins to talk about in the book of Peter, they're going to be scoffers walking in these days. So, I appreciate you clarifying and making it straight. No, everybody has their views and opinions. You have yours, I have mine. Let's not try to disrespect anybody else in the process. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. No, we can't do that, man. That's not good. Anybody else have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
That was awesome, Raheem.
Yes, sir. Beth, you got something on your heart?
Raheem, that's just you praying us out then, huh?
No, actually, I got somebody already.
Rico made some really strong points, and I agree with a good bit of them. But to me, I hope what everyone takes from it is Christianity is about how Jesus Christ lived.
Exactly.
Not the way other people have misused it for personal gain.
Absolutely. Now, Toya with a T, you gonna pray us out, sis? Toya with a T.
How you gonna do that? How you not gonna pray us out? You supposed to pray us out. It's your show.
No, I believe you got me though. It's a team sport. Pray us out, sis.
Oh, you run for passing the ball like that, but I ain't gonna deny you, Lord. I got you. Thank you, Father, for another glorious day. Thank you for another opportunity to have a conversation together. And absolutely, thank you for having our hearts on one accord to try to even figure out these things, Lord. We know that's you in the mix, and we know that you're gonna deliver us the truth every time. Continue to keep us covered, and thank you for keeping us together and coming to do what is your will. You continue to bless us and guide us along the way. We love you, we honor you, and we praise you. Amen.
Man, I knew we had a preacher. I knew we had a preacher over there. Man, listen, this has been this has been a great broadcast, man. And the thing about it, man, we're not here to bash, and like Rico said, we're not here to bash Christianity or nothing like that. That's not what we do. Everybody believe the way they want to believe and stand on where they stand, but that's fine. But because you stand on one side, we're not gonna let you beat it down and bash it and do all these other things. We're not gonna allow you to. We can't let you do that. Can't let you do that. But listen, it is now. Anybody have anything they want to say before we get out of here? Great to get out of here. Anybody got anything on their hearts? Good deal. It's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. More than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your day. It is now 10:06. You're about to exit the Morning Glow, but before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. And please, please, please be blessed. Love you. See you tomorrow. If God say the same.